love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just give it up. Don't be scared. Turning back, I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so what? You're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate, I attack. I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't be scared. Just give it up. Don't be scared. Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just give it up. Don't be scared. Turning back, I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so what? You're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate, I attack.
What up, Nine? What up, Nine?
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you a better us.
Fuck being rational, give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Boy, I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, it's in a quick rumble. I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. But before we get into that, do me a favor, hit that like. And if you new, hit that subscribe, man. It's free to use, but it mean the world to me. And with that being said, let me get it to the chat. Let me get it to the chat. Pixie, what up, though? Hey, I see you on mine's panel. I was trying to get back over there, but I realized I fell back on work today and I got a client in the morning. So I had to get that setup done, and then I didn't even have a thumbnail for the night. I was gonna come back over there, but I had to run and do that. And then when I looked up, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But good to see you, Pixie. Always good to see you. My brother Edward, what it do with the business is? Appreciate you. The one and only Chris. What up, my bro? What up? I know you at work chilling, man. We gonna get on tomorrow too, Chris. We gonna get on tomorrow and rock out. Well Thursday. We gonna get on Friday. I'm gonna get on Friday to rock out with you. I might not be on tomorrow. I got to get ready for Saturday show. Um, yeah, Saturday. I'm gonna talk about Uncle Tom. I'm gonna do a show about Uncle Tom because in the black community it's a derogatory term, but man, when I get done with this, they gonna put some respect on Uncle Tom, man. You feel me? Yeah, so that's what we're doing Saturday. We're gonna put some respect. Saturday or Sunday, probably Sunday. We're gonna put some respect on Uncle Tom name on Sunday, right? And hopefully people stop using that name and things. Use it correctly. I hate when people use that term in a derogatory way because it just shows the ignorance. Like if you use Uncle Tom to categorize a black person as a sellout, you ignorant to who Uncle Tom was. You ignorant. So that's all right. That's what we're here for. You're here to educate you. Can't educate you. I'm not a teacher, right? But what I can do is educate you. I can't educate you. I can't do that. So tonight we're gonna talk about growth, and this is something that I adopted in my process. I got an acronym. I cannot remember where I got it from. One of the seminars I was taking. I can't remember. Um, but the acronym for growth that they gave us was getting rid of old ways, right? And as I began through that process, I realized like grow when you grow, um, that's that's more in present tense. Like that's something that you're currently doing. So growth to get to the point of growth of having growth. Anyway, like I said, during this process, I realized it took hard work. So I added th and through hard work. So the process of growth, getting rid of old ways through hard work. right? So we're gonna break down the how. How can we do that and why? No, we're gonna break down what and why. The what and why factor of growth. How I talk about personal development, development through uh, using any tool that's useful. Some people might use religion, but some people ain't religious. Some people use psychology. Some people don't really believe in that, so they use philosophy, right? So through whatever resource or whatever tool you choose to use uh, for your personal development, I'm here to talk to you about it because I use all of them. I think they all are very useful. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not religious. My spirituality isn't bound by any um, social construct. That's why I always tell people, nah, they can't put me in a box. I love philosophy. A lot of philosophy. All of them connect. They intersect. I can see the synchronicity between religion, psychology, philosophy, and I always intertwine them. So through the process of growth. Yeah, bro, it's always cool, Chris. Always cool, bro. Always cool. So, and like I said, even looking at, it's just an acronym that I use that, I want to share with you guys. Um, because when you think of growth, you think of doing better, right? I got that saying, if you want to be better, you got to do better. That's just what you got to do in life. So throughout time, we develop negative habits or behaviors, right? And that hinders our growth as far as our character, our morality. And a lot of times that'll affect how we interact with people and that'll hinder different areas of growth. If it's educational, employment, financial, um, because this is a social world, we have to interact with people. So we have to learn how to grow. We might grow up with a set of ideas or beliefs and we might have to grow past those. Because those a lot of ways. I can only speak for myself. So some of the beliefs that was instilled in me, they outdated. Society changed, the world changed. I grew up, and think about this, man. As a kid, right? I'm up in the north. You know, I'm around a lot of different people, but we went down south a lot. Stayed down there for a couple months. We stayed down there with family for a couple months and experience a different lifestyle, right? So, my grandma wanted us to be aware of the world. So that she used to do that. We used to do that every year. Go down there for like a month and a half, 2 months sometimes, and just chill with my aunt. But when I went down there, it was totally different. Totally different. Like down there, we in the Augustus in Americas. I used to hang out in Augustus, Georgia, and Americas, Georgia. And down there, they tell you not to look at white folk, right? They'll tell you don't stare at the white folk when you see them look down. And I'm a kid, and I'm like, what? I'm used to playing with white people, So, but down here is different, and it's like you got to follow their rules. I'm a kid, follow their rules. So you do that for 2 months, you develop a habit of behavior. So when I go back home, sometimes you pick up the accent, right? Well, I was picking up the behavior because I wouldn't even look. I didn't want to look at like my white friends' mothers and stuff like that. I didn't want to look at them in the face, you know. So and that becomes embedded in your subconscious too. That will affect how you interact with the world. If you don't correct it, and it was outdated, right? So I noticed as I got older, like reflecting back, in my teenage years, most of my teachers was white, and I was always timid around them up until I got to like I think the 10th grade. The 10th grade, then it was like he couldn't tell me nothing, nobody could. But anyway, um, and that lingered on. You start. It's the way you look at authority, but I associated authority at that time with white men. That's how I associated authority. And that was embedded in my subconscious. So even if they wasn't in a position of power, or a position of authority, that's how I associated. And that was instilled in me as a kid. And I didn't know how deep it was rooted. So I got older and started being aware of why I did things versus what I did. When I start thinking of why I did things, that's when I start digging deep and realizing like there's a lot of things, there's a lot of things that I do that don't benefit me. So I need to change those things because I'm not doing them for a good reason. I'm doing them because either somebody told me, somebody influenced me in some form or fashion. If it came through teaching or, raising, these things don't benefit me. These things are preventing my growth, my development. That actually hindered my development of my self esteem. That hindered my development of self esteem, how I looked at myself. A lot of times I used to look at myself from other people's eyes. That's how I used to view myself from other people's perspective. Yeah, flip your punch. What up, though, sis? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. So, development is growth, and the growth you have to first be aware. We're gonna talk about that. I'm gonna end up talking about the how. I try to stay on point, but so when we talk about changing old ways, right? You have to identify why things aren't beneficial to you. If you don't figure out why they ain't beneficial to you, you have less motivation to change it. What up, though, Chris?
Hey, how's it going tonight, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm loving life, brother. Loving life, man. I ain't got no
That's
complaints.
good.
I know you
Can you
chilling
hear
there.
me all right?
Right? Yeah, I can hear you good, bro.
All right,
I
cool,
know you
cool. I was
chill.
just making sure.
Oh no, you good, bro. I know you chilling at work, man. How's your night going so far?
Uh, it ain't been too bad. Had a couple things down. Been working on getting them up, but all in all, it's been all right.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I just popped on tonight talking about growth and sharing the acronym that I use. Um,
I've been listening to you. I've been listening this whole time.
it's what you think
You've
about
been
like
down the
personal development.
man. I think it is one of the hardest things, but also one of the greatest things to be able to actually do. Like to actually be able to recognize something that either you're doing wrong or you're just looking at it wrong and being able to address it first, which is hard in of itself. But then to be able to fix it and to move on, I think that's really what builds everybody. I mean, it makes you feel really good about yourself. It's it's just really good. But it's really hard to do sometimes too, though. It's also sometimes one of the most hardest things to do, I think, anyway. For me personally.
And that's what I was saying. Like when I cannot remember. I think it was a leadership program that I was trying to get certified to mentor like high school kids, and it was a leadership program requirement. And I think that's where I picked it up at. But they gave us that acronym: uh, get rid of uh, get rid of old ways. And like I said, when I was in the process, I'm like, man, that's hard. It's hard, and it's a process. Like you said, you first got to be aware of it. And after you
Yep.
become aware of it, you got to accept it. Like that's probably, I mean, being aware of it is hard, but to accept, like, damn, I'm fucked up. Like I'm doing this and it's bad. It's not, because a lot of times the first thing people do is justify or make an excuse of why they bad behavior. Well, I did it because of this. Well, if this didn't happen, I wouldn't have did this. Instead of saying
Yep.
like, instead of being accountable for your own actions and saying, you know what, I can't control nothing but me. And since that's a fact, what I can do is control me. and I have to fix what my bad behavior is. Versus, no matter what nobody else do, I still got to do what I need to do. That's one of the hardest things to it's hard to accept when it comes to a bad behavior. Most people just make excuses, bro, and I can hear that shit. I hate that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, shit does happen, but at the same time, yeah. I mean, you can't make
Yeah.
excuses for everything.
I feel like in real time, like even me, right? I have a very high emotional IQ. Right? I am very cool and calm, but I've been transparent. Like when you see me trip on here, it's for one or two reasons. Like either somebody uh is playing with my money or they fucking with my family. Like if you talk on me, I don't care. It don't bother me. I
Right.
don't I don't attach my emotions to other people's thoughts or opinions, but those things are triggers, but I'm aware of it and I work on it. I've gotten better because usually somebody pissed me off. It'll be the rest of the show. I'd be snapping and going off. But now I might say something and then keep it moving. So I
Yeah,
have gotten better.
that's the that's the best way you can be, man. Is just to keep it moving. Because when that shit eats at you, it's like cancer. I mean,
Yeah.
it just grows and it starts messing with other parts of your life.
hmm Emotional
Yep,
transfer. Yep.
yep,
And that's the thing. Like I had to teach my wife that, because she'd be upset at work and she'd bring like when she at after she get off, she'd come home and she'd still be upset. And
yep.
that shit will affect my mood. It'll affect the kids' mood. So I'm like, no, we can't do that. This was before we had to. It affect my mood. Um, we didn't even have kids. She fixed it way before we had kids. But we came up with something, right? Because it's all about fixing it. So fixing it takes action. So what we came up with is I give her venting time. Every time she get off work, she calls me as soon as she get off. And from the time, and we don't live that far from the job. So from the time that she get off and drive home until the time she get home, she venting. She getting it off her chest. Everything she want to say, she got to scream. Yeah, I give her that safe space to do it, so she can get it off. So when she walk in the house, she ain't got none of that on her shoulder. That monkey already gone. It ain't on her
Yeah,
shoulder.
that's good.
And we've been doing that for years now, about 10 years. But that's what
Me
worked
and
for her.
yeah, me and my wife do pretty good too. We just had our 18th anniversary. So I mean, we kind of
That's what's
figured it
up,
out
man.
too.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it. It's been a journey, man. We got married young, but we made it work.
And see, I love hearing like how people stay together young, you know, because if you get married before your frontal cortex is fully developed, man, you will have some issues. I learned that with my first marriage, but like I
It
wasn't
was
thinking,
hard,
she
man.
wasn't thinking. You know?
The best lesson that marriage taught me getting married so young was that pride really isn't all that important.
Mm-mm.
Because I've had to learn to, push that shit to the side when I was younger. But because I mean, it was rough, man. It was. There was some rough times. You know, definitely. We even actually filed for divorce once and went to court once, but we didn't go through with it. But man, that was 16 years ago. You know, I mean, that was a long time ago. It was hard, but we got through it. We're both 38 now.
Oh yeah, 18 years, 38. Yeah, I was married since I was 20. So yeah, that's some years, man. That's some years. Me and my wife we got married 2018, so we ain't even come up on 10 yet. We've been together since 2012. And I'll be honest with you, bro. This is the easiest relationship I've had. Like it's effortless. Like it's like things are natural, but it just flow. and
Really?
that's because it's teamwork, bro. It takes two people to be open and honest with one another to make things work like that. Sometimes it
Oh
takes time
yeah.
to get on that level, with somebody. It takes time to get there, but luckily we was both. I was 28, she was 30 when we met, so we was both mature. We both been through the shit, so we kind of knew what we
Oh yeah.
wanted. We set our boundaries before we even got together. Like, look, this is gonna happen. You agree? Yep. Then she like, this gotta happen. Do you agree? I'm like, yeah. And we stuck to it.
And that's what it's about. Compromise.
And my wife,
Oh hey.
she'd be the, oh, Pixie, what up, though? My bad. What you say, brother?
I wasn't trying to change the conversation, but I heard you say something about your show Saturday. You're going to be doing something on Uncle Tom. Man,
Yeah,
that
yeah, Uncle Tom.
documentary that I told you about last night actually has like a little 15-minute part where he touches on, the whole viewing of Uncle Tom, how he views day and stuff. Man,
Man,
I'm
you
excited
know
for your
what?
show Saturday, for real.
I appreciate that, man. You know what, man? I think I was in fifth grade. I was in elementary school, and our elementary school stopped at fifth grade. But I was in fifth grade, and my teacher read us the book, and then we went on a class field trip up to Canada and went to Uncle Tom's cabin, right? So I always knew Uncle Tom. So when I got older and people used to be like, "Oh, you Uncle Tom," I didn't know it was bad. Like for a while, when people used to say that, I didn't know they were saying that in a derogatory way, bro.
Right,
And then when I figure out they did, I'm like, bro, y'all don't know. And I'm telling them like, like I didn't read the book, I didn't went to the cabinet. Like it was a dope story to me because that was like the first story about black people having empowerment during slavery. Like they was doing,
right.
I learned about Uncle Tom before I learned about Harriet Tubman, bro. So it was like it always irked me. And then as I got older, I just equated people's ignorance. But somebody called me Uncle Tom the other day, so that's why I was like, okay. And I told him, thank you, bro. I appreciate that because I am trying to liberate black people minds, bro. Not all black people minds need to be liberated, but the ones who do, yeah, I'm trying to be like Uncle Tom, bro. Trying to give them a safe haven where they can think and be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was like, I'm
Yep.
gonna put some respect on Uncle Tom's name.
Oh yeah, man. No, I'm gonna be out with my wife Saturday, so I actually might not be able to watch it live because we're gonna have a little date night and stuff. But it's a show that I'm definitely gonna catch up.
That's what's up, bro. Hey, man, it's always here for the replay, man. All views are valuable, man. It helps, the
Yep,
channel
yep.
grow. It helps, so no matter if you watch it live on the replay, I'm grateful, bro, because that's your time you spend, and that's more valuable than money. Your time is money for me on YouTube. If I ever get, like the views. But even now, man, that's what motivates. And like, damn, people is watching it, even if it's only for like 5, 10 minutes. Like people clicked on it. Man. That shit is humbling, man. 'Cause this ain't.
I,
I don't entertain really, but so this ain't a lot of stuff. Man, people ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. They ain't trying to hear
you know
about
what though, man?
self
Like
development and shit.
it is to me though. Like it is entertaining in a way. Now I don't mean it entertaining in the sense of like you're a character putting on a show. I just like for me, honestly, I think he was talking about it a little bit earlier. Like my my favorite personal growth is knowledge, and like I was kind of
Mm,
talking about it last night. Like luckily my job here lets us have in earbuds, so it's an easy enough job. You know what I mean? I can work all night long and have my earbuds in. Like tonight, prior to you coming on, I've been listening to a book all night. That it's my third time listening to it. I haven't listened to it in a while, but it's my favorite book of all time. But so like I all night long, man. Just listen to topics about anything. You know what I mean? I got a lot of different people that I like to listen to, but I listen to a lot of documentaries. I listen to a lot of Coast to Coast AM. I just listen to all different shit throughout my 40 to 50 hour work week. So that's at least 40 to 50 hours every week that, I at least have my brain, going, thinking about something. You know what I mean?
And that's what it's about, bro. Like, it's a good book. It's on YouTube. It's called The Sacred Master Key. I get the link and put it in the chat. But it's a philosophical book about perception, like how to view things. That book, I listen to it twice a year, bro. I've been doing that for the last 7 years. That book, bro, it helped some of my um it helped me develop overthinking. It helped me to like give because it's something that I can't stop thinking. I can't, and I realized
Yep.
like, man, that's a superpower, bro. Because everybody don't do that shit. That's a superpower.
No, man.
So I had to learn how to structure
Absolutely.
it, and that book helped me, bro.
You know what, man? I might really check that out because that's something that my wife tells me all the time. Like, when do you turn your brain off? Like, I wish I knew how. I don't know how. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't
Yeah, man.
sit and be idle. And maybe it's a side effect of, having smartphones for the past, what, 15 years now. But I don't know, man. Like, if I'm not really busy or have something that I really have to concentrate on, I've got to have something going that gives me a little bit of mental stimulation. You know what I mean? I just can't sit there and think about stuff. Like, I have to sit there and think about stuff while there's something else going on.
But see, bro, that's how. Like a lot of times when people, I don't really watch TV. I never really have. I'm more. I'm not even into documentaries, but uh, Commander, what up, nine? The lady of the nine, the minister of defense, the general is in the building. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with my bad. You know, I always got it. I get excited when I see my people, bro. That's how you know I'm a nerd, bro. And I'm doing it. When I see my people, bro. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. But yeah, man, that's how I am. Like, I don't really watch TV and stuff like that. And when
Yep.
I watch
Same
it
thing.
differently. Like, I don't watch it as entertainment. It has to be something that, like, the plot has to have meaning to it. Like, if I start
Yeah.
watching something and it don't, you know what I'm saying? I can't get into it. But I do listen to like a lot of autobiographies. I love autobiographies. A lot of like philosophical or uh, like something uh, educational. That's mainly what I
Yep.
gear into. So I feel you on that, bro. And it's like before that, I used to read a lot of books, man. So uh, that kept me out of trouble. Reading books kept me out of trouble, kept me busy.
See,
If I wouldn't,
I
then I started experimenting in the real world.
I don't read many books, but I'm always listening to audiobooks. I probably listen to about 2 books a month. I mean, I know that's not crazy, but I probably do about 2 books a month on average. About what I listen to.
Yeah, I got ever since my injury, I got more into audiobooks. It's just easier. It's hard to find like books with big print, So the audiobook is. I like reading because I don't know. I just intake the information a little different when I'm reading versus listening. But I got more into audiobooks. Technology, bro. Before that, think about this, bro. Before all this shit, we had to go to libraries. Bro. I remember traveling. I'm in Michigan. I remember going to the first time I ever been to Kentucky was to go buy a book, bro. I drove down to Kentucky just to buy a book. Yeah, bro. $300 book, bro. I drove down there and bought it.
Yeah,
But
there's a book that I
now,
want to buy, and it's pretty cool.
but shit, now there's PDFs everywhere. I mean, you get
Yeah.
almost anything for free now.
Well,
Download the PDFs.
what hell, man? Just look at 150 years ago. If you wanted to read and the sun went down, you had to have a lamp with oil to be able to do it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
nowadays we just have this little device that we've got the entire history of the world in the palm of our hand, and 99% of it is wasted on the dumbest shit. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like it
yes.
baffles my mind. It honestly does. It truly baffles my mind.
It's like this. It's crazy to me because like we living in an age of information, and there's so much information rejected, predicated upon ignorance. Man. Like even if I
Yep.
wasn't practicing something, I was always open to understanding. You know what I'm saying? So like different cultures, and I don't. I always been like that. It's been open to. I might not accept things, but I'm open to understanding. I might not agree with things, bro. Like some shit people say, I don't agree with, but I understand where they're coming. And the reason I don't agree with it because it's probably my own personal belief, but that don't make it wrong for them. So, and just the
Right.
way people go about, just kind of one up people with religion and politics and all that shit now, bro. It's like, man, that shit weird.
Yeah, man. I figured that if it works for you, then it works for you. As long as you don't try to push it on me, then I'm cool with it.
We cool, right? That's why I
Yep.
said, man, I could be cool with almost anybody, bro. As long as it ain't,
Yep.
built upon hate. I don't care what you believe in. As long as it, like I said, as long as it ain't built on hate, bro, none of that shit really matters. It's
Nope.
different folks for different folks, bro. Like
Yep.
you go outside,
Yep.
you go down the street, bro. You see all these different cars, bro, but they all cars, and they all taking people somewhere. So which car is better? It don't matter. The one that they go from A to B, the one that started to
Yep.
run,
The
that's
one
the
that
car
gets
that's
you where you
better.
need to go.
Mm-hmm.
The one. Yep. All right, word, man. I'm gonna have to hop off here probably. I know last night it was rough going in, and my earbuds they're connected tonight. They didn't want to connect last night when I went in, but I'm gonna hop off here for the night, man. But I'll probably still stick around for a little while, hang out and chat for a little while.
Man, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. You know you always welcome up here, Chris, right?
Yep, appreciate you having me, man. And hopefully, I know I think you said something about you might not be on tomorrow night, but if you're on Friday and stuff, and it's just like an open panel or whatever, like you're just talking about whatever, we're talking about some shit.
Yeah, I definitely pop up Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna pop up Friday. We go do fuck your feelings Friday. I'm gonna wait till Friday to do it. We do it Friday night. Cause they say I
All
do it
right, man.
Thursday
That's
night
cool.
into Friday, but yeah, we gonna do that. We talk about anything,
All right, that's
unadulterated,
cool.
no censorship. I
Hey,
appreciate
man,
you.
I'm down to have a civilized conversation. Like honestly, man, I honestly have a lot to say about the all the controversial topics like the Israel and Gaza. You know what I mean in a respectful way, but like I keep up on that stuff. You know what I mean? Like Charlie Kirk. I wasn't a follower of his, but I've heard him a good 10 to 15 hours of him talk over the past couple of years. You know what I mean? Like. So I'm down to talk about whatever in a respectful way. You know what I mean? Not shedding no hate on anybody.
Oh yeah, for sure, brother. For sure. We gonna get
Yep.
down. We gonna get down.
All right, man. Sounds good, man. I will talk to you later. I'm gonna try to exit out where it ain't messed up like last night. But have a good night, man.
All right, you too, brother. Shout out to Chris, man. Shout out to Chris, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. I always like having conversations with open-minded, respectful people, and that's what Chris represents, man. Shout out to him. Shout out to Athens, man. We had a great conversation yesterday with Athens and Chris. If y'all didn't see yesterday's show, it was an open panel, but it's worth the it's worth the replay. But yeah, growth. We talking about growth, man, and even that conversation me and Chris was had, we talked about um what we was talking about growth. How we do. It's a process, and like you said, man, it's hard. It's hard, but when the process is done, it's very beneficial. In many different ways. And like he said, bad things can transfer into other aspects of your life, and also good things. So As you develop, get rid of old ways and develop new ways. Those new ways translate not only in your professional life but your personal life. It can help you financially. You start applying those same principles in different aspects of your life. They transferable. When you're talking about getting rid of old ways, identifying them. You got to identify them though. Once you identify them, you see, you develop a plan to eradicate it. Like I was saying with my wife, you know, even her doing that, it not only helped her, but it also helped me by understanding, that women, this is the thing about women, right? A lot of times they just want to get things off their chest. They don't want no solution. They don't want no answer. They just want to vent. They just want to say what they got to say and get it off their chest. Men are natural problem solvers. Well, I ain't gonna say all men. I'm a natural problem solver. So anytime anybody came to me with a problem, as they tell, I'm developing a solution for it. And up until I met my wife, I didn't understand that. Like sometimes just shut up and listen. Just shut up, listen. Like what Chris was saying earlier, uh, through his process of marriage, he had to understand pride wasn't very useful at certain points. And he had to tone his pride down, and that's what I had to do. Like because I hear a problem, okay, now I'm coming up with a solution, but they don't want a solution. So if they don't want a solution, why they telling me they problem? That's how I used to think, right? What they telling me they problem for if they don't want a solution for? Why are you talking to me? But I had to understand, and shout out to my wife because she did that. She helped me understand that like sometimes people just need to get it off their chest, and that's the solution. That's what makes it better. Just them venting, just them saying that getting that shit off. This mother effer, this did. Oh, now I feel better, right? Now I feel better. Okay, you know. So, like I said, it not only helped her, but it helped me. And it by doing so, it just made my listening skills better. You know, it made my listening skills better, and and I was able to identify when not only women but just people in general. Sometimes people just need to vent, and sometimes they are coming to you looking for a solution. I was able to identify the difference, but I had to change my old ways before my old way of thinking. Like every problem is for me to solve, and it's not. And I had to put my pride to the side. Every problem ain't meant for me to fix. You know, it's just not. That's why I say I can't help everybody. I can only help the people who want to be helped. Everybody problem ain't meant to be fixed, but through growth, you understand that. You know, that'll be the why. Why do you need to change those ways? So you can develop into something bigger and better. You know, you can develop. That's what growth is. It's development. And like I said, sometimes our old ways prevent us from developing. It stunts our growth. Sometimes we outgrow things. You ever see a plant out? What happens when a plant outgrows the pot that it's in? It begins to die. It ain't got no room. It outgrew it. And sometimes that's what we do. We outgrow shit. We outgrow people, places, things, ideologies, beliefs. We outgrow it. And we gotta replant ourselves. That's the changing the old way. Is the replant. So that's the what and the why. What we gotta do. Get rid of the old ways. Why we gotta do it to make room for new ways. How do we do it? Oh, we're gonna talk about that later. We ain't gonna talk about that right now. So I already gave y'all the blueprint. The AAA system. That's the blueprint. That's the cheat button in life. I promise y'all. The AAA system I gave y'all, and if you ain't got it, 199. It gets you into the membership, and it is a membership video. But yeah, the AAA system is cheat code of life, man. I promise you. It takes like any tool when it's brand new to you. It takes you time to master the actual tool. Like even a screwdriver. Like I bet you I use the screwdriver a little differently from everybody else because I've been using it half my life. Right. I've been using it half my life, so I can use a screwdriver in different ways than other people. I know more uses of a screwdriver than just unscrewing a screw than most people. Why? Because I've been using it a lot longer. So with anything at first, it's through hard work. Any tool you ever use at first, you will have a growing process to learning how to use it. But once you master that tool, you'll be able to find different uses for it, and that's what the AAA system is. That shit is transferable. But definitely when you want to change your behavior or identify something, the AAA system is a cheat code. But yeah, development, growth, and life, it's hard work, man. It's a process, and it's an ongoing process. So a lot of times, I mean, you just got to put the work in, man. And through that process, you're gonna have highs and lows, man. The law of rhythm. You go up and down. Sometimes it's gonna be easy. Sometimes it's gonna be hard. Sometimes it's gonna be easy. Sometimes it's gonna be hard. But it's necessary, not only for you, because the better you are, the better the people around you become. If you are that influence, man. Generally, anytime I leveled up, the people around me leveled up. You know, and that's one or two ways. Either they grew with me, or I outgrew them and repotted myself in a different group of people. So it happened either way. Either people grow with me, or I outgrow 'em, and I put myself around more people, different people who are either at the level or beyond the level that I desire. That's what growth do, man. Growth ain't bad. It's not a bad thing, but you go gaining, and when you gain, you have to lose. So sometimes, in life, and that probably be the hardest part, bro, is letting people go. Is letting people go. That's probably the hardest part, but it's necessary because friends, family, people will hinder your development. They will prevent you from growing. That's probably one of the hardest things to do is to acknowledge like you outgrew someone and they're not beneficial to your development. They're indecorous to your development. Especially like when it's family. When it's family, it's hard, but you can love people from a distance. If something ain't no good for you, it's just no good for you. That's just what it is. So it's people in my family that I realize, like, dealing with them is gonna set me back. It's not gonna propel me. It's not, it's gonna set me back. So life ain't about going backwards. Life about going forward. So I mean, sometimes you gotta lighten your load to move forward, and that's what it is, man. Yeah, I can say it so many different ways, but that's the reality. You know, sometimes you gotta let go to go. People will have you stagnant, and it ain't their fault. It's really not their fault. It's your fault for not recognizing, for not doing something about it. It's your fault. It's not their fault. People just being people, man. People just go be themselves. Like people will be people. So whether if they good or bad, they gonna be people. So it's up to you. Because the only thing you can control is you. Only thing you can control is you. So it's not even their fault, man. It's all yours. It's your fault. You chose to continue to deal with the person, to go along with the person. You chose that, not them. Even if they beg and plead you. And then that can be the thing too. Like I noticed me always being around people, like certain people in my life, is I can think of two people. I'm not gonna say I think of a lot. I can think of two people when I stepped away from them, they blew up because they were so dependent on me. They were dependent on me, and they wouldn't do things for themselves. Certain things they wouldn't do for themselves. But when I wasn't around, they didn't have an option. They had to do it. So sometimes you stepping away from a person can actually be a benefit, not only to yourself but for them. It can benefit them. But yeah, I ain't really had too much to say on this topic. But the link is pinned. Ain't nobody gonna rock out there. I'm probably gonna get off. I'm probably gonna get off the field. I just wanted to pop up and talk about this, get that little snippet. But yeah, growth, get rid of old ways through hard work. It's definitely hard work, man. Don't be afraid of that work. It's beneficial. Remember, the lessons come in the journey, not the destination. You get all the experience traveling. So through the process, that's where the wisdom and knowledge comes from. Through the process, don't be afraid to. And like even talking to Chris, the hardest part is to not to. I mean, you can be aware, but it's more accepting because the majority of the people they just justify or make excuses for bad behavior, their own bad behavior of others. And until you accept that this is a bad behavior, you ain't gonna never do nothing to change it. You just gonna keep making excuses and justifications on why it happened. Well, it happened because this person did this, or this person did that, or this circumstance happened, or I was in this situation. That's why I did. Yeah, that's an excuse. That's an excuse. So until you accept, like, man, look, this is just bad behavior. I need to correct it. I need to get rid of these old ways. I need to develop a new way. You ain't gonna do nothing about it until you accept it. You can be aware of it, but until you accept it, like this is bad and it needs to change, you're never gonna do nothing about it. And that's the hardest process because that's when who was I was talking to Athens last night about the ego. Our ego is there to protect us, right? But if you got a low ego, it's to go protect your feelings. And just because feelings change, just because you feel some way don't make it right. But that's what your ego do is go protect you from being hurt. And if you got a low ego, low self esteem, low self confidence, if you dealing with all that, it's gonna prevent you from growing. It's gonna prevent you from overcoming adversity. Your ego will do that. It's always gonna put you in a position of victimhood. That's what most people ego do. It make them fucking victims. Why? Because they have a low ego. Now when they raise it, it's gonna prevent you from running from adversity and challenging yourself. Gary Sleeps, yeah. Learning is half the battle, I think. That's what Gary said. Yeah, he stole that from G.I. Joe. Gary stole that from the G.I. Joe. I don't know if you know about that commander. That was like an 80s cartoon, I think. Might have came out in the 70s. I don't know exactly when it came out. But I know I was an 80s baby. I'm an 80s baby. I used to watch it when I was young. And learning is half the battle. G.I. Joe. That's how I used to go on. But yeah, learning, man. That's the thing. That's part of the process. Like if you go into that AAA system under action, that's one of the things, knowledge, learning. Hold on, I think do I still get that on? Education. That's part of the action. You educate yourself about things. Without awareness and knowledge, You can have awareness, but without knowledge, you ain't gonna know what to do about it. You might know you need to do something about it, but what you gonna do about it? You need that education. You need that knowledge. Uh-oh. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Put this back on. Where's that? Oh man, I don't even know what my outfit is. Did I delete it? Damn, I think I deleted it. How was it? Oh, I must have deleted it. That's up. I gotta re-upload it. Yeah, it's not on there. What is this?
And do it for the
Okay, that's it. Never mind. I got it. How did it get all the way down there? Okay. I'm gonna shorten that. I'll probably next couple months kind of go revamp the whole channel again. I do that every year. Look, man, I get that. That's something that my wife rubbed off for me. No, it's not. Yes, it is. I like to change things. I like, new scenery, and I see what works and and what don't work. So yeah, I'm gonna revamp the channel again. Probably go pull all the wrenches. I do that once a year because you start off with people and then they disappear. So if they're not here, then they don't need a rent. So I'm gonna redo all the wrenches. So if you come in one day, you don't have a rent. Trust me, I'm gonna give it right back. I give it right back. If you managing my, you ain't gotta worry about that. But it's a regular wrench. Yeah, I'm gonna pull them and I do that every year. So don't take it personal. I know some people can only come uh to like when I do daytime shows. I know shout out to Sirius. I know every time I do a daytime show she come. She in the building. So I know the people I know my people, you know. I know who watch replays because they usually comment, so everybody can't catch the late show. And I understand it. I be coming on late, man. It's 12 o'clock. I'll be coming on late, so everybody can't catch those shows. But they still support. And when I do go live or do premieres, they be in there. I'm gonna start trying to do premieres again. I'm gonna wait till I get my new phone though, 'cause this phone ain't got enough memory, and I do all my editing on my phone. Once I get my studio together, I'm probably gonna do editing on my PC. Probably gonna be doing it on there, but for now I do everything on my phone. So when I get I have no memory on my phone. I done took up a terabyte on my phone already. So yeah, so I'm gonna revamp the whole show again. I want to get an actual schedule. Start scheduling shows. I want to do more for the members. So I'm gonna revamp it. It's about that time. Make it fresh. Make it fresh. You know, um, I do like having these discussions and open panels. When people participate, is always good. So I'm not gonna take that away. I'm gonna leave most of the panels open. For a time I thought about just coming up here doing my thing and then going, not really opening the panel. But I enjoy the conversations. Then we're starting to get new faces. Having them great conversations. So yeah, we're gonna keep making it do what it do. We're gonna keep the growing process growing. That's the goal. I'm gonna start trying to hit more panels. But I don't know, bro. I try. I try. Is it? I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna try. One day I'd like to go over the 42 my aunt. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, we can definitely go over my. I did. I think I did two shows on my, but I like to do that like once a year anyway. You know, I love to do that once a year. I remember the first show, that was my biggest numbers I had the first year I did mine. But yeah, going over my, it's a beautiful, mine is beautiful, bro. Them 42 ideas is beautiful. You know, it's something, to inspire for, you know. And if you apply it, I see benefits in applying it. I get meaning out of applying my, it gives like, I guess actions meaning. I don't want to say actions, but it gives, you understand, like even this, right? This is one of my favorite ideas of my honor all altars. What that means is to be respectful to other people's gods. Even if it ain't your God or what you believe in, just be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Just be respectful. And the benefit of that is a good interaction with people. You know what I'm saying? It just helps you appreciate the diversity in other people. Okay, yeah, we don't believe in the same thing, but that don't mean we can't be cool. That's what respecting other people alters do when it comes to the religious aspect. You know, I can still be friendly and godly and respectful to this guy, even though he's a Muslim or he's a Buddhist or he's a Christian or he an atheist. You know, even if your religion is science or no religion at all, it's still being respectful to what you believe in, and that's what that do. So it's beautiful, and it gives you a barometer too. Because one of them is I speak the truth, you know, and it makes you think like, am I practicing my art? You know, and it gives you the courage to speak your truth too. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm saying this not to be disrespectful to nobody, but this is my truth. This is what I believe in, and it's okay if you don't. It gives you that confidence. You know, so yeah, my art is beautiful. You, you know what? And that's why I tell people like, you don't have to be a comedic scientist or a comedic believer. You don't have to believe in Egyptian and all that to practice my art. You don't have to believe in none of it because what it is just a guide. You know, I like to call it the 42 ideas of my art. But if you look it up, it'll say, you'll find different, you'll see 42 laws, 42 negative confessions, you know, different people translate it different ways. But I like the ideal aspect. Like these are ideals, things to inspire for. You know, these are things that I can practice. You know, these are new ways. You know, we talk about getting rid of the old ways. These are new ways to interact with the outside world. Anything outside of me, this is a good way to interact. Like I honor all animals. You know, man, respectful for the animal. Like shout out to Missing Mind, man. I like how uh her perception of you know the animal life. I like her perception of it. You know what I'm saying? Like each animal has a purpose and reason because they do. You know, I might not like it, but I can love it. I mean, I ain't gonna say I like it. Love it. I might not like the animal, but I can respect it. You know, I can show honor to it. Like, okay, you have a purpose. You have, and then you begin to understand and develop your own purpose. Once you start seeing the purposes of other things, how other things stay on purpose. You know, that inspire or motivate. It can inspire or motivate you to do the same. You know, yeah. So 42 ideas is definitely dope. It's definitely dope. I say that was one of the core things that helped me develop into what I am now. And it was something I wanted to say to Chris. I don't know if he's still listening, but it was a point I wanted to make. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he was talking about like the process of changing. And you know what really irks me? When people bring up people past, right? And try to use that to hurt them in their present. And I always tell people, if you did something in your past and you currently doing it, it's not your past, it's your present. But if you did something in your past, it might have been some fuck shit, and you learned from that mistake and became a better person. You change. Sometimes you got to go through things to understand why you shouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a past. Everyone has a past. You know what I'm saying? But when people try to weaponize that against them, and that's not who they are no more, that irritates me, man. I be listening to people on here. They be bringing shit up from like 10, 15 years ago. Like, what is this person like? And I'll be honest with you, like, I'll be aware, like, when I hear what people do in their past, I look at their present actions because sometimes people don't change. They just become more sophisticated in how they do things, right? They become more smart. They hone the craft, right? Of doing fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you see no traces of what they did in the past, I give you an example. Me, you know, I used to hustle. You know, I used to hustle. I don't do it no more. I haven't did it for years. Been in situations and had circumstances where I could have went back to it, but I didn't. You know, I used to be a violent person. Now I talk. I walk away from things. Now, if you still see me uber aggressive on here, man, no, I got more sophisticated with it. You know, you'll always have telltale signs. Like I'm just using this as an example. I ain't saying nobody names, but when I hear, you know, like when I was younger, it was normal for older people to talk to younger women, right? We see dudes in cars coming to pick up girls in high school. You know, girls in high school dating grown men. That was normal. It wasn't right though. Wasn't right. Wasn't right at all. I didn't know. I didn't know no better. That's what reality was. That's just what existed. But when I got older, I realized like, damn, I was fucked up. You know? So like now when I see when I hear like men did shit like that in their past, and well, they might not have did it, but how aggressive men are with women, it tells you how they perceive women. So yeah, you might not be doing that, but you still have ill intent towards women. You still have that I want to dominate women, and most dudes just do that shit. Man, look, Commander, I don't even be trying to look into this dude, but I just heard some shit about Ringo TV. Man, I'm looking like this dude. I don't know, man. I said I wouldn't go say his name on my show, but that dude fucked up, bro. And he talk more shit about everybody. He always talking shit about people, and I'm looking like, bro, you fucked up. You need to fix yourself, bro. This month, I don't know how long ago he said it, but he talking about, yeah, a female is fully developed when she's 16. That's her best time to make a baby. Like, what the fuck? Bro, who even think like that? And you got daughters, bro. Like, like, come on now, man. Right? What? Look, leave kids alone in y'all conversations, man. Leave fucking kids alone. That shit is always fucking weird to me, man. Like, y'all be trying to justify a little bullshit, and I'll be reading that underlying bullshit. Fuck you gonna say a 16? Ain't no six. How the fuck is a 16-year-old girl fully developed when, as a human being, your frontal cortex don't fully develop until you 25, 26? So that just tells me this shit would be physical with you motherfuckers. You talking about because she didn't had her period and got a little breast and butt. Now she fully developed. No, the fuck she ain't. No, the fuck she ain't. She can't even fucking think for herself. Fuck, she fully developed. Fully developed mean fully mature, motherfucker. Not just in the physical. That shit is. I don't like that shit, bro. And that shit got worse like since I had. I always felt like that, but now that I got kids, man, that shit hit different, bro. When I be hearing that shit like, bro, why are we even talking about a fucking child being fully developed? That shit weird, bro. And the same motherfucker said Charlie Kirk did more for black people than Martin Luther King. Like, get your ass out of here while wearing the MAGA hat. You talking about Martin Luther King and shit. when you wearing the fucking MAGA hat, bro. You know this dude got sexual. Like, come on, man. Like, people like that, they just be these quick view ass motherfuckers, right? Come on here acting like they all real and shit. Be fake to the motherfucker. They here for the clicks and views, saying bullshit, but then they start telling on themselves. Bro, ain't no grown ass man that will say no fucking. Well, biologically, motherfuckers should be trying to use science. Man, fuck that shit, bro. Nah, ain't no science, ain't no math, ain't none of that shit when it comes to these kids, man. You shouldn't even be thinking about a fucking 60-year-old. Even if I don't care if science say, well, at 16, a female is fully sexually mature. Well, sexually mature entails sex, motherfucker. What are we talking about sex with a kid in the first place? Little freak motherfucker. Using this condescending shit to pass y'all bullshit ass. My bad. Let me get off here. I I started snapping and going on. It's the kids, man. It's really kids, man. I got a daughter, man. She only 2, but she gonna be that age one day. And I wish a grown ass motherfucker would say some shit like that. I'll bust they motherfucking mouth open. I promise you I would. Yeah, he foul as hell. He foul as hell. He might be on that. I might have to do an episode on him, Commander. The unscrupulous files. I might have to find that clip where he said that shit. I think I saved it. I think I saved it. I'm looking like, and then I heard somebody else say some shit like that and tried to pass it off. Oh, the oh, the saint and the sinner. I was just starting to like that dude. Then I heard him say that shit. Well, the medical professionals don't want to tell you because it's so controversial, but women at ages 16 are fully sexually mature, and they can start. That's the prime time to have babies. I'm like, what the fuck? All the motherfuckers single. That Satan Center dude, I think he's single. I don't care how you try to articulate that shit. Talking anything about sex and a kid 16 years old, sex and that shit don't go together, bro. That shit shouldn't even come out your mouth together. It shouldn't. I don't care how sophisticated you sound. I don't care how you articulate the words. That shit is foul. That shit is fucking foul. I don't care what no scientists say. I don't care what no doctors say. Fuck all that, bro. We talking about kids, man. Let these kids be kids, man. I had to grow up early. Shit ain't fun. Let these kids be kids, man. That's the problem now. Like the little girl. What's the dude named? The David dude? Man, I don't that is I need to hear it. I need to hear it, but I don't want to hear it. I don't even want to think how a 13-year-old girl parent talking about she got a boyfriend named David and you ain't never met this motherfucker, bro. Fuck is you talking about? 13-year-old. I wish my daughter turned 13. Talk about I got a boyfriend. I know the hell you don't. You ain't no goddamn boyfriend. Fuck is you talking about? You 13. And then you never met this person? Well, she said she had a boyfriend named David. Fuck you mean she said? And you didn't investigate the shit? Yo, 13. Now she running away and shit like that? What did you expect? And now a young lady gone, her life gone, bro. In the worst way. They found her. They didn't even find her whole body in the car. They found parts of her body in the fucking car. And then they is allegedly this motherfucker did a concert and had a casket on stage with her body parts in it. Allegedly. Like what the fuck? This your baby. Nah, bro. That motherfucker need to fry. That motherfucker need to fry. Man, I can't even watch that shit on him, man. That shit made me so mad. I was listening to Mob, and I'm like, oh my god, bro. Like it was so many questions I had. Like, how do you go say your daughter got a boyfriend named David, and she's 13, like you don't know who this motherfucker is? I don't know. I don't know how that get done like that. Oh, you up now, Commander? I thought you was up there with me. My bad.
Hello?
There you go. I was about to say at
Anybody hear
first.
me? What up, Nine?
What up, Nine?
Do you have sound?
Yeah,
Okay, cool. Wait, okay, so you're responding to me.
I can.
What were you saying about David? Or I think I missed that part because I was having trouble logging in.
Like the parents, I heard a story where they said, I don't know if it was the mom or the dad. I think they said one of the parents said, well, she did say she had a boyfriend named David. And I'm like, what you mean she said she had a boyfriend? Like, you didn't investigate? You never met him? You never talked to him? Like, what the fuck? 13 years old talking about I got a boyfriend? I wish my daughter would.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like wait till you have a 13, and wait till like just wait because like they're not always gonna say, and if they happen to say, they're probably not gonna give you much more info. They might say, oh, it's like some boy at school or a crush, or you could try. Obviously, I think as a parent, it's your job to try to like pay attention to all the clues and like talk to like make friends with the other friends' parents and like, do you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like not in
You
a
gotta be
creepy
active
way,
with
like
your
you're
kids.
stalking your child, but in a way, yeah, you kind of have to stalk your child a little bit because that's the only way you're gonna know things.
I'm gonna say this. A child, especially this is just how I'm raising my kids. Until they out my house, I don't care how old they are, they my kids. And I'm gonna be a parent. I'm gonna be in your shit. You know why? Because I was your age. And you ain't doing I'm gonna make sure you ain't doing half the shit I did when I was your age. I'm gonna
Yeah,
make sure. Because I
but
was
you
doing
want
some
to,
shit.
you want to be kind of. It's kind of like it's tactics, and it's like, man, you become like because like they're scared of you, they're never going to tell you anything. So you want them to be able to tell you things, kind of like how you've had the experience where maybe there's some things you can tell your mom, but others you can't. But you want them to be able to tell you things.
Yeah, you find that sweet spot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
gotta
it's
find the
not
sweet
about being
spot.
a friend. It's not about being a friend to your
No,
kids, though. It's not
not a
about that. I
friend.
don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in that shit. But you do have to let them fall and bust their lip every now and then. You got to let them learn from experience, but it's still your
Yeah,
job as a parent to protect them. So, I
and
mean, the only way I can
early.
protect you, yeah.
You got to start
Oh,
it
yeah,
you you
yeah.
can't
And that's
start
what,
when they're already like, I mean, you can, but you're gonna have a harder time.
hmm
You gotta start early.
like, I mean, like with my mom, I told my mom everything except for the thing, some things I didn't tell her. Like things that get her in trouble too for knowing, I didn't tell her. Then it's all my responsibility. But things as far as like
Hmm.
dealing with girls and shit like that, I told her. Always told her. I always had that open relationship with her. And even now, like the way I'm developing a relationship with my son, he get his butt beat if he lied to me. If he tell me the truth, nothing happens.
Right.
You get a
You want
talking
them to
to.
tell the truth,
Yeah, always tell the
but
truth.
it could also be like, well, they're just not gonna tell you. They're not gonna lie to you, but they're not gonna share. They're gonna omit things.
Hmm
And then also, it's different for a girl. So a girl might be closer to telling their mom stuff than they would their dad, because they know the dad's gonna flip out and do something about the boy
My
situation with the
sister's like
guy.
that. All my sisters got kids. I was always the last person they told. And then I always asked why. And two of them got three kids. All of them got three kids, actually. But they all every time they got pregnant, even if they was married, they always told me that I didn't want you to be disappointed in me. Like what? Are you married? How can you be disappointed in you? But that's just how they look at it.
Yeah,
All of them. Yeah.
they don't want you to be
I mean,
disappointed, and they don't want you to go to jail either.
yeah, yeah. But they knew I was a little yeah. But I was always more compassionate when it came to the girl when they made mistakes or or did something stupid, I was always more passionate. My
Well,
brothers,
and
now when they had
I've said this before, but it's important that when I get a chance, I say it again and again. Just in general, like your kids are always listening. And so when it comes to things where, like for them to speak up about somebody touching them inappropriately or doing something to them inappropriately, if the parents or whoever their guardians or loved ones are speaking about a situation like that, like, oh, I'll take them out, oh, I'll do this, I'll go to jail, I'll catch a charge, they may that's not helping because
yeah,
they're not going to tell you because they love you and they don't, first of all, they don't want you to go to jail, and they don't want to be left without a parent, because then they're like, what's going to happen to me? I'm going to go to foster care, I'm going to go to where my dad's going to go to jail, or my mom's going to go to jail. I'm like, so that only makes it kind of more awkward and harder for them to tell someone, because then that someone's going to, their parents are going to find out, and also they don't want to disappoint, because guess what, we blame ourselves. Like, people will do that. They will blame even though it's not their fault and they didn't do anything wrong, but they'll think they're nasty, it's their fault, and like that. So, like, if someone's gonna have the conversation, I would suggest, okay, if anybody wants to take my suggestion, is you tell them that you're not gonna flip out. Something like that happens. I need you to talk to me about it. We'll work through it. We'll figure it out. And that's it. And it's something that's important that you have to tell me. It's just, you have to tell me. It's the only way that you're gonna get, like, protection, get out of it, get help, and everything's gonna be okay. I promise, everything's gonna be okay. No one's gonna get taken out of the home. You don't know what's gonna happen, but maybe
yeah.
maybe you will flip the f out. Like, you don't know, but you gotta make them feel comfortable enough to tell you, like, yeah, maybe you are gonna catch a charge, but that's the only way you're gonna get them to maybe tell you one day if that's happening to them. Kind of like
Oh
bullies
my!
at school too.
I was just about to say that's funny that you said that because my son, Dolly, what up, though, sis? Good to see you. Good to see you, Dolly.
What up, Dolly? I love you, Dolly. How you doing?
But it's funny you said that because my son told me today he didn't want me to go talk to the teacher. He want mommy to. And I said, why? He said, because I don't want you to go to jail. I'm like, what? So every day he come home, we talk about school. What happened at school? What you do? And I always ask him if anybody bothered him. He'd be like, nah. So we outside chilling, and I'm like, okay, come on, we gotta go in. You gotta take a shower, get ready for school. He's like, I don't want to go to school tomorrow. I said, why you don't want to go to school tomorrow? He said, because his boy keep hitting me. I'm like, what you mean, boy keep hitting me? And he said the boy was like hitting him on the butt. And I'm like, oh hell no, like. And I called my wife, like, because she dropped him off and I pick him up. And I called her, like, tell the teacher when you drop her off, I'll be up there today to talk to her after. Because yeah, and he seen how upset I was. And he was like, can mom talk to her? I'm like, why? He's
Yeah,
like, 'cause I don't want you to talk to him because I don't want you to go to jail. Dad, you gonna get mad. You gonna do something. I'm like, okay, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just talk to him. Not go
that, and
get
it might
mad, not go
embarrass
get
him. Like, as he gets older, it's like, oh shoot, I don't want dad to go and embarrass me, like with the principal and the teachers and like other my friends are gonna see you here.
You know what though? I used to tell my mom everything happened at school. I said my mom will come up here and get y'all like my mom was with the blows, girl, with a couple teachers with the blows. My mom didn't claim about me, but
Wow,
I was that one like, oh, you do something. Tell my mom. My mama will be up here.
I'm gonna
I
tell
remember
my
this
mama. You better watch out.
newest teacher I had, right? He kept calling me boy. What the fuck did he call me boy? He ain't call nobody else boy. I'm not. There's like 4 black people in the class. Only
Mm,
people he ever called
mm,
boy
mm,
was me.
mm.
And one day he kept calling. He called these 2 other black boy. One called by our names. We called us boy. And it was like a month went past, and I knew he was doing this shit. And I said, "Can I ask you a question?" And he said, "What?" I said, "You know that's derogatory towards black people." I said, "Why would you do that when you come from a group of people who've been through genocide just like we have? You know, you Jewish, right?" Yeah. I was like, "Well, the Nazis looked at y'all less as people and treated y'all bad. Why would you treat other people bad?" And I'm like in 10th grade. I'm in 10th grade, and
Word is
he
so
kicked me out of
smart.
class. He kicked me out of class and wouldn't let me back in, right? So I went to the office and told. He said, uh, they said I couldn't go back to class until my mother came because I didn't know what the fuck anti-Semitic was in 10th grade, but that's when I learned what anti-Semitic was. He said I
Oh,
made
he
an
was gonna turn it
anti-Semitic.
around on you?
Mhm.
Oh no.
Yes, that's what he did. So they called my mom. My mom was like, "Oh, we ain't got something on me," and I'll be right up there. I said, I started when I heard her say that because they had me in the office on speakerphones. When I heard her say that, I said, "Y'all done messed up." I said, "Y'all have been better off dealing with me than my mama." And he was like, "Oh, we'll get this handled." My mom came up here. She said, "Where is he at?" Talking about the teacher. And he walked right into the teacher. She said, "You call my son a boy? Why you call my son a boy?" And she asked the class. She said, "Any of you white kids, did he call y'all boys?" They was like, "No." Said the black kids, "He call y'all boys?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "You call my son a boy one more time, I'm gonna let him whoop your ass." And
Handle
I'm gonna
that.
bail him out of jail. She said, "I'm gonna let my son." At that time, I'm 6. I'm bigger than dude and everything. He fat. I'm all muscular and shit. He said, "I'm gonna let him whoop your ass, and I'm
Wait,
gonna
you were
bail him out of jail and send
16?
him to another school." Yeah.
Did you say 16? Okay.
hmm
Yeah, were you like 6 feet already in at 16?
I ain't grown since I was like 15, 16. I've been in sight since I was about 15, 16. I thought it would be like 6'5". I started growing out. I don't know if that's because I started lifting weights heavy and shit. I hit the 300-pound club when I was 16, like bench pressing 300.
So what did the teacher say, or what did he stop doing that?
They transferred me out of class. They transferred me out. I didn't get suspended. My mama went off on the principal. So the principal was a black
You should
dude.
have never like. Yeah, he should have got in trouble. Like
He didn't know. The
he should have.
principal was like, I didn't know. I didn't know. I knew that was happening. But they always take the teacher word before the student anyway.
Yeah,
That's how that works.
yeah, they're gonna protect the teacher. Like, oh,
I,
so
bro,
yeah,
I tell you one thing. I've been following my whole life. Teachers, psychologists, and doctors. I always been a problem for them 3 groups of people. Always challenging. Always challenging. But
yeah. You're really smart to like just straight up have that conversation with like. Even then, you were. I mean, I know you're only 16, but intellectually, like, I mean, I know
I
you
was
went through
anything.
things maybe after that, but with emotional intelligence, I feel like that was very emotionally intelligent to have a conversation with the teacher instead of cussing him out.
Yeah, it's always been strategical. But see, I express my emotions differently than most people. Very few times, like when I used to play, it's very rare I blew up and fucked it up, but I always fucked it up. I just do it. Like you piss me off, like man, I don't want to intimidate myself, but like I'd be the person to smile and walk away, and then some stuff could happen to you. Like car brakes go out, shit
Yeah,
like
you've said that before, which is scary.
that.
When you said that, I'm like, okay, thank you, Word. Don't mess with Word, y'all.
Mm,
Don't mess with
That's how it
Word.
used to be, bro. Because the goal was always to get away with shit. So you can't get away with it if
Yeah,
you're doing it in front of everybody.
right.
So
Devious. Devious.
uh, yep, you probably see my face right there when I was younger.
He was like plotting. He's the plotting type.
I'll manipulate a
That's
situation in a
scary.
minute.
That's
And then
scary.
I do shit like this. Like somebody pissed me off. I manipulate a situation where I be totally
You
hands
be the
off
good
and
guy.
have somebody else fighting my battle and sit back and watch the shit.
Yikes. He's like hands off, clean hands, and he would end up being the good guy. He may even try to break it up and be the good guy, and like
Nah. If I start some shit, I want to
just
see it play out.
pretend though, like just pretend, like not don't
I,
try
I
too hard, but just enough to where they're like, yeah, no, he didn't. He's innocent.
I did do this one day. I did manipulate a situation where the dude got his ass beaten. I did take him to the hospital afterwards. Like, damn, bro, that was fucked up, man. But
He
yeah.
went too hard. The other thing
Hmm.
I wanted to say before I forget, with
Oh, go ahead.
with kids and people like that, is that oftentimes most of the time it's people that you know, family members, people around you, some people that are close, and they'll threaten like the kids' loved ones, right? They'll threaten
Mm,
them and then the people they love. So then that's another thing you
mm,
got to tell your child. You got to tell them that tactic. If someone says they're threatening me, your mom, whoever, then it's not true. It's not going to happen. They can't hurt us. It's a lie. And then they might be like, oh, okay, well,
I
let me tell
instill
you
that
then.
in my kids. I instill that in my kids every day. I promise you, I do. I'd be like, look, daddy a bad motherfucker. He can handle anything. Don't ever worry about nobody hurting daddy. Daddy being hurt. Daddy being, don't worry about nothing. Daddy smart. Daddy strong too. Daddy get through everything and anything.
Hmm.
I say, look, daddy can't see, right? He'd be like, yeah. I'm like, but we walk to the store, right? He'd be like, yeah, okay, then don't worry about it. We good.
Yeah.
We make it happen, bro. So yeah, that's 100% true because that happened to me. My stepfather threatened me, like if I tell my mom that he'd get rid of both of us. So for a long time, I'm talking about like at least 10 years, I never said nothing to my mom about him abusing. He used to kick my ass, man. He'd get drunk and whoop my ass. But I was afraid that we didn't have no family in Michigan. We only had his family. And his family was all like thugs and shit. Like I didn't see these motherfuckers put in work. So when he said like, "Oh, we get rid of y'all," I believe that shit. So
Yeah.
that's 100% fact. And then when I got older, told my mom, she just looked at me and started crying like, "Well, you ain't never say nothing." Then when I told her, she was like, "You should have said." And I'm like, now I'm older, I realize,
Hmm.
yeah, I should have said. But as a kid, like as a kid, you ain't thinking like that. Especially when you seen what the fuck people capable of. You ain't thinking like that. Like, no, these motherfuckers crazy for real. They would do some shit. Put your ass in a wood chip or somewhere.
Right. And then you feel bad because then it's like, then your parent, whoever, feels bad that why didn't you say? You should have said I could have done something. Like now you're telling me I could have. Then they have their own stuff, you know.
Hmm. We could have did
Yeah,
something about it.
we could have did something about it. The messed up part is when they know and they don't do anything about it.
Yeah,
That's the messed up part. It's like when they knew and they're like, oh, but we couldn't leave because we'd be on the street. I don't care, man. If
matter.
that's my people, I don't care. We're going on the street. We're gonna live in a shelter. I don't care. I'm out of there.
I had a friend, her mother's boyfriend. He 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 touched her. He was like touching that shit. I don't think he ever did nothing. But she told her mama one day. Her mama took her ass, said she was lying. And one day
That
she
part
called
too.
me crying. One day she called me crying. Was like, uh, he was trying to get on there. She hit him in the balls, and he left and said, "I'll be back." And he was scared. Her mama was at work working midnight and shit. So she called me, and I went over there with a bat and beat his ass. Took her over my house. Her mama left work, came and got her.
Oh wow.
Then her grandmother called my mom probably like an hour later. Was like, "I'm taking her." I just want y'all to know because I used to walk to school with her every day. So, I'm taking her because after she got back home, she called her grandma and told her what happened. 'Cause her mom, beat her up again. And but that fucked me up because I never thought like this your mom, like this supposed
Most
to
of
be
the
the one
time
to
they don't
protect
believe
you.
you, or they're in denial. They
Yeah,
don't want to believe you. And then listen, if a bad kid, because I mean, there's kids that can lie too, right? And then sometimes it's like, oh, that kid's bad. They probably lying because they're bad. But you know what? They're bad. They might be bad for a reason. And when I say bad, is you know what I
they
mean.
they're
Like
acting out.
they're
Yeah, they ain't
acting
really
out.
bad. They just act. They really acting.
Yeah,
You perceive the expression as bad, but what they really doing is acting out the pain and the trauma
exactly.
they enduring. It's not even. I mean, we interpret it as them acting bad, but what they really do is expressing the hurt and pain. That's the only way they can express it.
Exactly. So you may think, oh, they're acting up, they're bad, they lie, they this, but it's you got to give the person the benefit of the doubt. I would
Yeah,
say when it
that's like
comes to
even
that.
when my son do something bad now, I always fight like, why you doing that, bro? You mad? Hey, why you mad? Oh, you mad because so what? Do you think that's a good reason to be mad? Like, because this will happen often. So maybe we should look at it a different way. I talk to him. He only 5, but I'm talking to him like that now, and he's beginning to comprehend a lot of what I'm saying. But I've been talking. I talk to my daughter just like I talk to him. And I
I
said
mean,
they
it could
might
be he
not
has
get
a
it
lot of
now.
energy. It
No,
could be
my
he just
son, he do. He got a lot of energy, and he's spoiled, man. Look, he was the only child for 3 years, and he was raised in the pandemic. So he's just used to getting everything, and now he got to share with his sister. He not getting his way all the time. He used to get his way all the time because when I first had him like that, before he turned 1, I was all fucked up. So it was a lot of times where it was just like,
he was
it was a
spoiled
lot.
just to
Yeah, and
like
it's like, man, just give it
overcompensate.
to him. So yeah, like just give it to him right now, man, so he can chill. Just do this so he can chill and break it. And that's my fault. Like that's one thing, and I ain't making no justifications or nothing because I know it was a problem, and I'm
You were going
fixing
through
it
a
now.
lot.
Yeah, and I'm fixing it now. It's still even I'm not even gonna use that as a crutch, so because I'm fixing it, and that's part of the process of him understanding that he can't get what he wants. But my daughter is learning that at an early age, like she can't get everything she wants every time, But he has to learn it at this age. So I mean, yeah, it's a process, man.
My advice is when you go to the store and your kids throw a tantrum because they want something, before you even go to the store, if you already in mind know that you're not
Hmm.
going to buy them anything, then you tell them, not buying anything. If in your mind you think you might buy them something, but you keep it to yourself, then you got to tell them the minute they start whining, that's it. It's a definitely no to whatever they want just because they whined and complained or whatever they did. Throw a tantrum. Have you ever seen a parent throw a tantrum?
Oh
Like
shit,
to stop their kid from throwing a tantrum? Like if your kid throws a
no.
tantrum and then you start throwing a tantrum, you kick in, you get yourself on the floor or whatever, then the kid's gonna be like, oh whoa, like in shock, and then gonna do it again.
That's that's gonna be crazy, My ass too big to be throwing tantrums. My
Yeah,
wife will throw
imagine you
one, bro.
stomping. Imagine you stomping.
Hmm.
Then
I'm
they'll
lying.
realize how
I threw a
ridiculous
tantrum
they
last
look.
night. I'm lying like a motherfucker. Look, I threw a tantrum last night. I finally, when I got off here, I got all took a shower, all in the bed chilling, and then my daughter woke up. I was up until 6 o'clock in the morning. My daughter finally fell asleep. Then my son woke up, and he was like, "Dad, I want milk." And I'm like, "What the?" Everybody in the house woke up.
He wanted
Everybody in the
milk
house
in the
woke
middle
up.
of the
I was
night.
mad as hell. Hell yeah, I got mad as hell. Like, bro, I just went to sleep and you just woke me up again. Like, I gotta get up and deal with. I got a client in the morning. I have to get up in an hour and start getting ready. I threw a tantrum last night. I did throw a tantrum. I was mad as hell.
He might not ask for milk again.
No,
He can hold it till the morning time.
but he asked me like 6 times, and I'm like, bro, no, 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 no. And then I finally fell asleep, and he took me woke like that. I want milk. I'm like, and that's why I got mad like that. Like, bro, I told you no already, and then you gonna wake me up when I finally fall asleep. My wife this morning was like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She was like, "Okay, just checking on you."
I guess like if it's a common thing, you can say before he goes to bed. Are you gonna want milk? We'll serve you some milk now. Otherwise, not a peep from you. Not
Mm.
a peep. You get your milk now and set it by your bed, or else you had to wait till the morning time.
I don't let him drink after like 9 o'clock, like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I don't let him drink nothing.
Yeah,
'Cause,
then he's gonna be going potty.
yeah, he never made an accident in the bed yet. He never did that yet. And I think that's why. And it's just a bad habit. But he will wake up in the middle of the night. He'll wake up and I see the light in the bathroom turn on. I'm like, oh, he must be in the bathroom. I just don't like when he do that at night because they don't flush the toilet. And that's annoying. All during the
Oh,
day, but at
really?
night, yeah,
We have
I
a
don't like that.
rule: no flushing in the middle of the night. You just let it.
Mm-mm.
What does my husband say? If it's yellow, let it mellow. Something like that.
Mhm.
If it's
No,
yellow, just let it mellow, cause then people wake up. But sometimes like some milk, a little snack, something will help them sleep better.
yeah. I'm about to go change my daughter in a minute when I get off here. Or change her diaper. Because if
She's
not, that bitch
little.
will explode in the middle of the night. I ain't never seen a kid pee that much, man. My daughter pees so much. I'd be like, God damn, it's potty training time.
Yeah, I think they say girls potty train faster than boys. I think.
Man, not this one. She's stubborn as hell. I've been trying to potty train her for like a half a year now. Ever since
Or maybe it's
like,
the other way around.
no, it's supposed to be easier for girls. My daughter's just stubborn. She's stubborn as hell. He'd be like, Dad, I gotta pee. I'd be like, all right, we got a little portable pot. I'll sit her on it. She'd sit there, watch TV, do whatever. Never use the bathroom. As soon as you put a diaper back on her, she pee.
Oh, you mean she sits there and doesn't go?
Mm-hmm.
She can't go, maybe.
No, I
Yeah, I
think
don't know.
that when she tell
Gotta
me she
look
got
it
to
up.
pee, I think yeah, when she says she got to pee, she already done peed.
It's
She's not
already
telling
like
me before, she's telling me
too late.
after. Yeah, yeah,
It's too late. I don't know. There's so much that we can look up, like
yeah. It's different
YouTube,
techniques.
Google for different techniques.
You
Might work.
it took like my son getting comfortable in the toilet for him to go. He had to get comfortable. He was always good with peeing. With him, I had a problem with he didn't like pooping.
I
So
think they say it's better if you put one of the seats on top of the
yeah,
adult toilet instead of the little
yeah,
ones,
that's
the little
man. We got a dope one. The one we
with the little
got a
step
little step
stool.
ladder. Yeah, step ladder. We got a little the little handles on the side. The back is retract like you can like it got a little spring on it so you can like lean back. So just
Oh,
get him comfortable on there. He'd be all right. He do his thing.
or run the water for your daughter, maybe running the water. But like you said, it's too late
Mm.
by the time. But you know what, too? I think like a reward, like doing a
Yeah,
reward
yeah.
thing,
That's what my wife. We got this. She just ordered it. Well, we had one before. It was like this little, like
like
little
a
machines
chart.
at. Mm. Oh, we got that board where we give them stickers and all that. But
Yeah, the thing you can put like on the dishwasher, like a magnet or whatever.
yeah, it's on a refrigerator. They got a board when they do their chores or do something. She give them. That's how they, get stuff now. But she ordered this big machine. It's like the machines where you grab stuff and get the toys and stuff out of. So she went and she bought that,
Oh, the claw
and she
machine.
bought some. Yeah, she bought some stuff in there. So when they get a certain amount of stickers, then they can get something out the machine.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, my wife
That's a
is
really good
creative with
incentive
shit like that. Yeah. See, my wife is creative with.
because it's
I don't know.
fun. And
Yeah.
but what happens? What happens if is it a claw or is it? What happens if they can't get something with the claw? Is it one of the
Well,
little claw machines?
it's like it's a tube like a shovel almost. So
Okay, so
um,
they're gonna get something, no
they
matter
go
what.
get
Like
something. Yeah.
it's not that hard to get.
No,
Okay,
yeah, no matter what, they go get something.
like candies or like toys.
No, she put like little toys in there. Like my kids, they like you buy them big stuff, they don't play with it. It'd be the little shit they play with all the time. Like man, my wife bought my son, the little things that like you get out the gumball machine that
Yeah, it's
stick on the wall.
like a prize.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
the
the
little. I know what you're talking about.
like they get like the little string and have a hand at the end, you
The little
stick it on the
gummy
wall.
squishy like slime or
Yeah,
something.
man, she bought him a box of them bitches. It was like 100. Right
They're
now, if
like
you go through
everywhere.
my house, man, I be picking these things off the ceiling in every room. Like the
You gotta
other
be
day, I'm
careful
laying in my
Nola doesn't
bed.
eat it.
Yeah, oh no, Noah, man, that's the pickiest dog ever.
She
Noah's
won't touch
bougie.
it.
There's certain shit if it's not like organic shit, she won't eat it. That's how bougie my dog is. If it's not like meat, like the dog food I buy her, you got chunks of beef in it, like chunks of
Nice.
dried beef. That's the only way she eat it. And before that, before I found that dog food, I had to buy that gravy to put over the food. It'd be like duck and rabbit gravy or whatever. That's the only way
Hmm.
she eat. Because when she was the place we got her from, they wasn't even like she didn't drink milk from her mama, but they was feeding the puppies raw meat.
Hmm.
So I can't go to like a regular store and get dog treat. No, I gotta get like I showed Gary on the other stream the other night, like duck hearts and shit. Like dried up duck
Hmm.
hearts.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying. Cause I
Yeah.
was like, where do you get those? Like, yeah. But you gotta
Yeah,
go to
she
a
only
special store, right?
yeah, well it's a spot I order from online.
I make my dogs are spoiled. I make them their food, and then they love the treats that are like with peanut butter and oatmeal. They
Yeah,
like
she
that.
love
Or
peanut butter. What's that damn
hmm
thing called? The little clawed thing with the peanut butter in there?
I don't know.
It's like a little toy. They got a hole in it. They
Oh
can
yeah,
chew
yeah, where
on
you stuff it with cheese or peanut butter. Yeah.
it. Yeah. She love that damn thing. Yeah, she won't
Yeah, some
like
dogs are
she don't
picky.
like we done tried uh 4 different types of peanut butter. The only peanut butter she would eat is the organic Jiffy.
Yeah, cause the other stuff's like way artificial.
Yeah, I'm telling my dog bougie as a motherfucker. Like her dog food for like a 20-pound bag, that shit like $60 Like, god damn. And she a German Shepherd. So like I grab a big bag, which is like I think it's like 50, 60 pounds. That shit like $80. And then I grab a small bag. And that'll last her for about a month.
So I've been noticing even with like chicken, some started changing with the chicken because like I make my dog's
Hmm.
food and I use chicken. Like I actually like boil chicken. But then there was a point where they didn't want to eat the chicken, so I'm like, something's wrong with the chicken. So then I have to start like buying it from different stores to like we eat stuff and we don't even notice, but dogs,
Hmm.
animals, they're very in tune with if it's not good, they won't eat it.
They won't eat it.
Um, Same with the eggs. And then there was this lady, and I was like, oh, I'm glad she said it because birds and little critters, they won't eat the bread. The bread has so
Yeah.
much like preservatives and chemicals that the bread is not even
Hmm.
edible for animals anymore. So then she tried to, I haven't tried this, but she baked her own bread to feed them. And I was like keeping track of her. I was like, I want to know if they ate it. And they did. Because she
And
puts
they
bread out
did.
for the birds and like the little critters. And they weren't eating the regular. And then one of the things I did too was I tested bread. So there was a bread because I was moving and there was a loaf of bread that ended up like I don't know, it got lost and stuff. And it didn't mold. It did not mold. And I was like, this isn't normal.
Ooh.
So I started testing different breads to see. And I'm like, I'm gonna start buying the breads that do mold, which was I buy like the sourdough bread. But
Hmm.
yeah, that's why they're not eating the bread because it never molds. It has too many chemicals. And even the fruit, I don't know if you've noticed, like the fruit will last forever. I
Well,
tested
I
an
get,
apple lasted like a year.
oh damn. I ain't never
Yeah.
had one of those. I go to the fruit market. It's a little farm around here. So I support, so like fruits and vegetables, the main fruits and vegetables. And then we go to like like kind of like Asian markets and Middle Eastern markets. That's
Yeah,
like
their
the
stuff's
little
better.
yeah.
The
That's
Middle
why
Eastern and the
that's where I
Asian
get my
markets.
Dorian fruit from. That shit stank, but it's so good. The
What is
damn
it?
Dorian fruit. It's called the Dorian fruit.
Oh, I've never had that.
It looks similar to a jackfruit.
Yeah, like the dragon fruit, the jackfruit,
I
the
love
one that has the
jackfruit.
pricklies on the outside.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I've never had the durian though. Where is that?
yeah.
The Middle Eastern market?
I get it from the Asian market.
Oh, okay.
It's still Durin, I believe. Is it Dur? I know it's Dur. I don't think it's spelled just like my
Is it
name.
Duron?
I'm
Is it? Oh,
about to
okay.
pull it up.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's just interesting the stuff we eat and we don't even notice, and we get used to all the chemicals too.
Yeah, it's Durin. Pull this up.
Durin.
IAN.
Okay. Durian. Durian.
Dorian? That's what my grandma used to call me. Dorian? Like, man, I used to hate when I was outside and she called me and I was like, Dorian? Everybody would start doing it like, Darian, Dorian. I'm like, "Yeah, come on, ma."
Well, you were named after someone, right? You told
I
us.
was named after it was a football player, but the origin of my mom, she seen a football player named Boris and she liked the name, but the origin of it comes from a Greek tribe. It was a group of warriors called the Dorian. But that's the Dorian fruit.
Is it small? Like handheld small?
Some of them are like the ones I get ain't small, they big as hell. I get
What
them
does
from
it
the
taste
Asian
like?
market. Man, it's sweet. It stank though. It stank, but it's sweet.
You know, like
And just like
papaya. I love papaya, but it stinks. But it tastes good.
yeah, this stank. And but with this, hold on, let me show you a better. Yeah, I'll blow this up. So, oh man, I hate when they do that. So, I just want to find a good picture of the inside. So this is like the it's like custard almost. It's soft.
It's soft, like creamy,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
custard.
yeah, it's like custard. It's good as fuck though. This is good as fuck. This is it looks similar to the jackfruit. The first one I clicked on was actually a jackfruit. That wasn't the
Yeah, it
one
looked
with
like
the
a
seeds.
jackfruit. I'll have
Yeah,
to try it.
yeah. How do I get back? Oh, yeah. This is jackfruit right here. Yeah, this is jackfruit. With that, you can cook it like meat. I used to make like I used to call it barbecue pulled pork with the jackfruit. This is sour sop. This shit is good as fuck too. They say this shit fight cancer. I don't know, but that sour sop is good as fuck. I drink sour sop leaves for tea.
Yeah, I think it's like preventative,
Yeah,
allegedly.
and, but they ain't sell that in America for years. Sour sop was banned from America.
Sour sop.
I didn't even try to
That's the
cook
stuff
some.
Tay eats. Tay eats, y'all. Right? She likes that stuff.
The sour sop.
I saw her video on replay. I remember you said she had a new video and she was saying that I think she said pescatarian now.
No, well,
She's
she
not
said she don't
vegan.
even like. Or
She's not vegan anymore right now. Or yeah, vegan, right? She was vegan because there's vegan, there's
hmm
vegetarian, there's pescatarian. I was saying I don't like to be in a box. I eat a lot of things that are vegetarian, but I eat all
yeah,
kinds of other stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff I can eat without meat, but I'm not a vegetarian.
yeah, I'm a now. Fuck it. me eat what I feel like.
Yeah, I eat
That shit
whatever,
is
but
stressful. Like when you first start out being a vegan, it's stressful. Man, I was trying to melt some vegan butter. I mean, vegan cheese to make some macaroni. Man, I was so damn mad.
it doesn't melt the same way.
Hell
The
no, it
consistency
don't
is
melt.
not there.
I'm like, what the hell?
It is stressful. I feel like it's that's why people don't do it because it's stressful. But if they just kind of
Stick
look at
with
it
it.
as like being more, yeah, like you're not gonna be perfect.
You figure it out. It's something new, especially if you've been eating meat your whole life, and then like with me too, I was training. Like I was I ain't say I was working out. So it's like, okay, I got to get my protein. Where I'm getting the protein from? I mean, I was like the first thought, but the more I was into it, the more it was easier it became. Like, oh, I'm gonna just use this. I use that. And I used to eat it. See, I used to eat lentil beans every day. I love fucking lentils.
Yeah, lentils
Mm.
are good.
Man, I was so fucking pissed one day. We went to this Middle Eastern restaurant. They had the best fucking lentil soup I ever had. Man, I went to scoop another thing and seen a fucking fly in there. I was mad as hell. My wife was like, "It just flew in there." I'm like, I was mad as
Ew.
hell, man. They had the goddamn door open. And I'm like, it's flies all in this damn. Like, what the fuck is wrong? I'm
Oh
like, we ain't
no.
what the fuck? I know y'all cook some food be having flies and shit all on it. That shit. Look, man, you go out the country, bro. I don't know. I'm just used to certain. I'm not used to like insects all around my food. It's like I'm gonna lose
Yeah.
weight over here, bro. I ain't eating shit unless it's that I start eating McDonald's and shit. Like hell no, I'm not about to eat this street food. Like, you in a rural area, that's all they really got is street vendors.
Yeah. In other countries, they have, yeah, the flies land on everything. I'm not that picky because when you buy stuff on the street or a restaurant, you don't know what you're eating. You don't know if like
Mm-mm.
the utensils fell on the ground, they picked it up. You don't know what a fly landed on it, so whatever. I'll still eat it. But I'm a little bit traumatized with the fly because
Man,
my
look,
uncle once forced me to eat. The fly had landed in the soup, and he's like, "No, you gotta eat the soup." So I'm a little traumatized. Just scooped
man,
the fly out the soup and made me eat the soup.
you watch some of these TikToks and you see how they be preparing the meat and shit over there. Like hell no, they be in the back cutting this shit up on the ground and shit, and then fry it. Like the fire killed the germs. Like hell no, bro. Y'all stepping on the shit. I ain't eat none of that shit, bro. I'm good.
The roaches are just extra protein.
Hmm. It's just the leg. It's just the leg. Like what? Mm-mm.
Well,
Mm-mm.
I knew a lady that would leave the food on the counter on the stove overnight
Mm.
and would still eat it like the next day, like wouldn't put it in the fridge. So then I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be so picky because obviously they survived. So if something stays out on accident, I'll still eat it. If it has mold, I'll cut out the mold. Because one time I ate,
Yeah.
I shouldn't say it on here, but one time I did eat mold on accident, and yeah, and nothing happened to me. So I was like, all right, I'm not that scared of mold.
Man, I had stomach issues. I'm straight. I can't eat everything. I can't eat everybody else. I remember we used to have this, we had potlucks at work, right? When I worked at the hospital, people bring in food. And you know, macaroni and cheese, when the cheese dry, it can look stringy. So I love macaroni and cheese. And it was this black lady who made it, and I'm looking like, black people be putting their feet in the food, like macaroni, eating that shit.
They put what
Man,
in
I
the
got a
food?
scoop of that shit. They say they put their feet in the food.
Oh,
Like it's just the same. They
I
don't
thought
really
they
put
said that.
their feet in the
I
food.
thought they said that like people from India. I've heard people
No,
say
not
that.
like literally putting their feet in the food, but I mean they really put work in, like when they cook.
Right.
It's like an analogy. Man, I took a scoop of this shit and I'm looking. I'm like, that's cheese. I got to chewing that shit. Man, I pulled out a piece of hair and I'm looking like, man, it was cat hair in the foot. I'm looking like, oh shit. Like, what the
Ew, not cat hair.
yeah, man.
But I don't know what you're talking about. Cheese getting stringy and the mac and cheese. I've never seen that. I've never
You
seen
never
that.
seen that? Like when you bake
It's supposed to
macaroni
be
and cheese?
melty. Oh, like when you bake it. Okay, I know what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah.
Like the
When you
top
bake it,
part,
it's hard.
the top,
Yeah.
yeah, the top part, and then like it might get mixed in. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking it's just like that. Like it's just some pulled cheese or that hardened or something. Nah, it was fucking hair.
Gross. Nah, people that
It's
have
like,
cats, 'cause the cats be everywhere. They go on the counters, it's everywhere.
oh man. Yeah, man, I can't. I never ate nothing. He had some what is it called? String bean casserole. That shit smelled so good, had bacon in it. I'm like, I ain't eat shit come
Oh,
from her
I
house.
like
Man.
that.
My wife be making them though. My wife's starting to cook black. Like the way she fried chicken is like I told her how my grandma fried chicken. Cause she be looking for
Double
recipes
fried?
and shit outside.
Did
Well,
your grandma double
use
fry
that.
it? Double dip it?
I don't think no. She just used egg and fried it on in the pot instead of a skillet. And like she used egg to batter.
Like really deep fry.
Yeah, she had put all her seasoning in the batter in one bag, and then she had let it sit in egg. Like she had marinated, let it sit in the egg for a minute, and
Uh-huh.
then put it in the batter bag with the seasoning,
Yeah.
and then
Let
she
it
had
get
deep
on there
fried it.
real good. She
Yeah.
didn't use
And
buttermilk?
so no, no.
Yeah, like buttermilk and the eggs. Like a binder.
Hmm. Like me, I don't even like even when I fry, I don't like using batter. I don't know why. I don't like. I just use seasoning. I never like using batter,
Hmm.
but that's how my wife cooked
That's
my
still
chicken.
good.
Yeah, but that came from like when I used to eat healthy too. Because
I feel
even the
like the batter
seasoning,
makes it more juicy. Like maybe it keeps it more juicy inside.
batter is all about the crisp. Is the batter crispy?
Yeah, so if you
But
if you double dip it, it's even more batter, more crispy.
yeah,
Like you do it once and then you do it again and put it in the flour again. It makes it like extra coated, extra crispy.
like 'cause all I used to do is I make a lime and vinegar, uh, lime and vinegar. Why can't I think of the word?
Because the
When
lime and
you,
the
I
vinegar
just
makes it
said it.
crispy. It makes it brown.
Hmm. Oh, I make a lime and vinegar marinade. Let it sit in that for a while, and then I have a season bag, like whatever season, probably like some basil, parsley. Um, what else I use? Some paprika.
Hmm.
I now I
Yeah,
use a
yeah.
lot of these Eastern. See, I like they season.
You know what? The because I've been watching that girl. She's is it not Syrian? Lebanese. I think she's Lebanese.
Lebanese.
And they season their stuff. So I would say it's
Hmm.
maybe comparable to
Oh
black
shit, they
folks
got some
because they
shit. Hell yeah,
season
man.
a lot.
Man, I wish I wish I had my other camera for my kitchen. I'm just using the laptop camera, so you ain't gonna be able to see it. But all these Middle Eastern seasons, my wife kept this Egyptian shit called butter, what I don't know how to pronounce it. Man, that shit is fire, man. And they don't come
Badia?
in the
Is it
little.
Badia? It's probably Badia.
Uh, what
It's probably
is it?
Badia. Because, well, we use Badia, and I noticed the Lebanese lady, she was using Badia too. But she was pouring like half the bottle. I'm like, bro, she goes through a lot of seasoning. She
How
was
you
pouring a
spell it?
lot of stuff. Badia is B as in boy, ADIA, I think.
Oh, this one's BAAORAT. The 7 spices.
Borat? Oh, okay. No, that's different.
Barat or something like that, bro.
Barat?
I think they said Barat.
Okay. What up, Atmosphere?
What up, atmosphere? There's like 7 different spices in it, man. That shit slapping, bro. But you can't put too much now because it'll fuck your shit up. You
Really?
you had to know how to use that. That's one of those seasonings, and it's not in a shaker. It's in a tub. You only get it from the Middle Eastern store. It don't come in a shaker. It come in a tub, and it's kababa. That spices is it's good on beats. Like I used to watch her mama cook all the time. It's like, well, what's that for? What that do? What this do? 'Cause I love like food and cooking. Not to the
This
point where I
lady,
want to be a chef or nothing, but just my own food.
your own
I like to
food.
eat. That's why when I
Yeah.
eat, I like to taste good. So like
This lady was
her mom,
making like dirty rice. I think it's dirty rice. It's got like meat in it, the rice.
mm, yeah, her mom used to make it all the time. My wife don't really make it. She make a
Your
lot of
wife is
red and yellow
Syrian,
rice.
right?
Yeah, Syrian. So not
Syrian?
like because you have the Syrian people, um, which is from Syria. And then you have the Assyrian people, which were the ancient, like they reside in Iraq now, but they are like the ancient people of Assyria.
How you
Like
spell it?
but
With
it
the
was
H?
with an A.
A. Okay.
Yeah, they people come from like the Mesopotamia and the Babylonian. Like they in the Bible. Some people in the Bible, the Assyrian people are in the Bible.
Yeah, so they like to season their stuff.
Yeah, they cook like black people. Right? Instead of pig intestines, they use lamb intestines. You say atmosphere in the chat? Atmosphere might die. What it do?
My guy. What up,
Might die.
Nine?
What up, man?
Yeah, it's interesting to see how people cook. And then there's some people that I'm like, they're not putting any seasoning. I'm like, that's gonna be bland. Like, put more seasoning. Like, I want to like shout out the screen, like, not enough seasoning. I
I
feel
was
like
watching.
I'm the person in the chat talking shit. Put more seasoning.
I do not know this guy name, but he be reviewing like people cooking foods and shit. He be on
He
the
said
short
y'all
show.
can't
Like,
cook.
bro, I can throw down, bro. I've been cooking since I was 5 years old. Man. No, 4. I was making bacon and eggs at 4 years old. Stop playing with me. Making meatloaf when I was 6. Stop playing with me, man. Rotisserie chickens at 7. Stop playing with me, bro. I made the turkey. That's one thing. There's a couple things I get conceited about when I put suits on and when I cook.
I make the turkey, but people think the way I make the turkey, like when I tell people, like the people that taste it, obviously they love it. But if I tell somebody on YouTube how to make the turkey, they think it's weird because I use mustard and lemon.
Oh
I
yeah,
think it's
I don't use lemon, but I use lime instead of lemon. The lemon is acidic. I don't like. I think it
mhm.
fit better when with a more alkaline base.
I use
But yeah,
lemon.
I do that
But
too.
if I don't have lemon, I'll use lime, whatever I got. But yeah, and mustard, lots of mustard.
Yeah, I massage it with mustard and brown sugar, bro. Gold color brown sugar. Yeah. Yeah.
Noodle don't count. He said noodles don't count. Wait, Atmosphere, are you a good cook?
You, you know, I used to make my when I was vegan. I used to make my noodles from zucchini. I had one of them zucchini noodle things. I still
Oh, I
got it.
love zucchini.
Yeah, I love. I mean, noodles like that be slapping, bro. You make some zucchini noodles, that should be slapping. You ever had zucchini noodles?
Yeah, it's good. I love zucchini. I love zucchini
Yeah.
any which way. Zucchini is one of those. Mexicans eat zucchini a lot, at least in my house.
I used to hate that shit when I was little because my grandma didn't know how to cook it.
Yeah, you gotta know how to
Didn't
cook
know what
it.
to do with it.
If not, it's not
Yeah,
gonna
you
taste
know
good.
what to do with it. It's easy to just cut it up and like sometimes she'll steam it, but I'll be like, nah, man, yeah.
I put garlic, onion, tomato.
My wife
Let's
made
see.
a cucumber salad. She
Oh,
fried
I
me some
love
chicken for the
cucumbers
kids.
too.
I just hate tomatoes, man. Ever since I used to eat tomatoes all the time out the garden. The very first time I ate a store tomato, I got sick, and I never ate tomatoes again. They don't taste like the ones my grandma used to make. That
The
shit tastes
tomatoes
different.
don't taste as good either. I gotta find the right place
Yeah,
for
man.
tomatoes. For some reason, the way they make them now. Mm-mm.
Mm,
What did
mm-mm.
Atmosphere said? See, there it go. Fancy noodles.
Mhm.
He don't like your noodles.
Fancy noodles, man. I was vegan, bro. So, I mean, that's the only time I made noodles is when I was vegan. I mean, when we was younger, I used to eat ramen noodles all the time. We was whole folk, so I don't eat that shit now. But the zucchini
The
noodles,
the
with the pad
Japanese.
thai.
Oh, the pad thai. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the one thing I haven't been able to make good is what is it called? Soy noodles.
I don't
There's a
fuck with
Japanese
soy.
lady who makes the best soy noodles, but you have to know how to make it, like season it and make it good. I haven't mastered it like she does. You buy the soy noodles, they come in like a little bag. They're like, it's like wet, it's like in water.
I can't eat soy. Lower my testosterone. I'm straight.
And then she makes like these little, well, she calls it sushi. They're like, it's like a little boat, and it's got a soy wrapping that's like brown, and the rice is like vinegar sugar in the rice. Is so good
Mm,
with like carrots. The Japanese eat a lot of like carrots and cucumbers with their stuff. Ooh, and then like
yeah.
cauliflower. I love a good
I don't like
cauliflower,
cauliflower. I
like
can't.
brown.
Damn, what's that shit called? It's the only time I eat cauliflower. I think sushi or something. I gotta ask my wife what the name is. What sushi? I don't know what the name is, but that's the only time I eat cauliflower.
Oh, the way
They
they make it in the dynamite
I
with like
don't I don't know if
this.
they're making it dynamite.
They put like
I don't know, bro.
cheese. It's like baked,
Nah,
right?
no. This is it's fermented. They ferment it. They got a fermenting process. I forgot what the sochi. That's the name of it. It's called sochi.
Oh, I don't
And
think I
they
had
do
that.
it with cabbage too. Yeah, they do it with cabbage too. But it's like I guess I gotta ask her exactly. But that shit tasted fermented. But that shit was good as hell.
I
That's the
like
only time I
pickled.
see cauliflower.
Is like
Yeah, it's
pickled
like pickle.
cabbage, pickled carrot, yeah, I like
Yeah, it's
that.
like
But I've never had it in a cauliflower, like pickled cauliflower. No, I never had that.
oh shit. Let me get off here. I gotta climb no more. I ain't even know it's 3 o'clock. What time did I get on? We've been on for 2 hours.
I don't know.
I felt like I just got home. I
It
swear it felt
doesn't
like
feel
I
like
just got.
very long.
Nah, it felt
It
like
felt
we've
like
been
an
up here for
hour.
a second. Yeah, that's what I'm like. Damn, I forgot. When I came, I don't even know if there was something about the next. But yeah, no, I appreciate you coming up there rocking out, man. Uh,
Yeah, watch out for that Ringo. It's gonna get worse. It's getting worse.
yeah, man, that I was listening because a while back I forgot he was in somebody's chat. I don't know who I seen him in somebody's chat. Him and the other dude was going at it, and I'm like, man, this shit weird, bro. One of y'all like cool, and I didn't really get into it to see who was right and who was wrong. I didn't really care. They both sound crazy to me. But then, people talk. He talking his talk, and I'm like, cool. But it's like you had this conversation with me um
Yeah,
about somebody else. Like you
yeah.
really pay attention to what they say. And then it was just when he said that shit. He said a couple things. When he said Charlie Kirk did more for black people than Martin Luther King, I'm like, what? And then that other thing popped up, and I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? Oh, did I save that? Oh, I probably can find it.
I don't keep up with him, but the other day I watched something and he's talking about just the way he's treating his kids and his wife. I'm like, mm-mm. And then he's gonna have a family show, like a family YouTube show, and I'm like, okay. He's gonna be one of those people exploiting the shit out of his family. Watch, you just watch. It's gonna get bad because I think he thinks it's right or he thinks it's okay. He doesn't know. He can't see it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Whatever he's doing, he probably thinks it's normal and it's right, but it's not normal.
this motherfucker, mate,
It's
he was not
weird.
crazy. You look crazy as shit, bro. This dude look
But
crazy as shit.
he's the one that was calling out the DoorDash lady. Remember before?
Yeah, yeah, he was calling out DoorDash. Okay, watch history. I know it was a short thing. This shit probably gonna be way at the bottom. I'll be going through the short show. Man, I'd be finding little things that I like dancing and shit, like these little things people doing, like acting like, man, they be looking like motherfucking androids and shit. The way they be moving, it just make me laugh. I like like when I watch stuff that have a purpose. Like I like to laugh and smile. I've been watching
All
a lot
right,
of
good
Kalani
night.
shorts. I'm
Kalani?
gonna see if I, yeah,
You
he
say
been
Kalani?
posting a lot. Yeah, he been posting a lot of shorts. Why is my computer not catching it? I'm gonna
Atmosphere is
see if I can
confused.
find it.
Well, atmosphere, maybe you don't know. Well, I think maybe I don't know if you saw it in Selena's chat, maybe, because I know some of them be over there sometimes, or used to be, I
I
think.
think that's why I ran into know who he is. That's what it was. I was in her chat.
I
And
think that's how
what's
I ended up subbing to them, because like when you don't know,
yeah,
you don't know. Like sub to this person, sub to, and then I was subbing to people, and then you know who I
yeah,
haven't seen in a long time? Tamika Davis, because I remember
yeah.
she was a New Breed fan, and I haven't seen her around anymore. Do you know who that is? Tamika Davis?
Yeah. She
She'll be in the chats.
yeah, Tamika yeah, Tamika been rocking out for a while. Yeah, Tamika been
I
rocking
haven't seen
out.
her anywhere.
I ain't been on YouTube. Who said? But I know she used to be in Nate chat, Marlene chat.
Oh, she's been gone for months. I haven't seen her months. Months,
I
months,
hope she
months.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hopefully
I don't
she's
know
all
where
right.
I met Tamika. But she in like all over here, throughout these communities. Yeah, good supporter. You pop up at
Yeah.
Tay chat. Say she had a wrench and Tay chat.
Oh, really? Oh,
Seven
yeah,
five
yeah, I think
five.
so.
Should be over 755.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen her at
Tamika.
755. Nope, I haven't seen her anywhere. I haven't asked either. I haven't asked anybody. Because I kind of forget where I see her, but I've seen her like in several different places,
Yeah,
but
Tamika.
not anymore.
Yeah, she usually, if I go live early, she'll usually be in my chat. Man, I was over at my chat yesterday. Man, she had a character over there. And I felt bad afterwards because like, he was saying some crazy shit. And I start talking shit. I get in certain chats, I be talking shit. And I start talking shit in the chat, and they was like, "You should be nice to people with mental health." I'm like, I ain't know he was slow.
Oh, I know. It's like it's her channel and she's a big girl, but sometimes I feel like going up there and saying something to people. But then I know like she can handle herself. I just sometimes I feel like I don't know. Like I want like if people disrespect her, I want to be like, you know. But then I have to like be like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Cause
Where is this?
she can handle herself. If she don't like something, she'll tell them.
I could have saved it. That's what I
Did
should
he say Nate is slow? He said Nate is slow.
have. Look at that atmosphere. Who said Nate slow? Atmosphere.
I think so. That's Nate, baby. Moot moot.
Oh no. He was talking when I said the other dude. He was responding when I said don't make fun of the slow people. Man, I
Oh,
really want
okay,
to.
not
I don't
slow.
know
He said
who
not
posted
slow.
that shit.
He said not slow. Okay, got it.
Well, I don't like the way this is set up. And on a computer, it's hard to. It's not showing the whole history. It's just showing a video or two. On my phone, it shows the whole history.
I
So
have my
I'm gonna have
history
to.
off, so it doesn't keep track of my history, but it does
You
keep
can
track of
make
my
a history
likes.
private. Yeah, you can. Oh, let me see if I like it.
Well, it's not about other people seeing it. I just don't want YouTube tracking me what I
Oh,
watch. But you know what they do anyway? They still track what
yeah.
you watch and do the algorithm thing. They still do. So even people that I've unsubbed will pop up in my homepage, and then I have to put do not recommend, and sometimes they still pop up, and I'm like, I don't want to see those people anymore. But it's gotten better. It's gotten better. It took some time, but it's gotten better. They don't come up
I
as
gotta do that
often.
wild, weird, and wicked. So I saved a lot of shit that I never really played. I just gotta see how I'm gonna format it. And I did not save it. Let me go in my history. I'm determined to find that.
You just gotta make some playlists. Save it in some playlists. I got all kinds of playlists.
And I do. It's just I don't know. I need to. No, you're right. I need to make more specifically for like a review. Or, well, I got. Whatever. Why won't this? Huh? That was weird. Okay, let's see. I guess I ain't get. I don't know the title of it. The title of the actual video, but I know I watched it on
Yeah, I've just been gathering content in the playlist, like stuff I want to review or add. But then I'm like, I need a new computer because my computer's messing up. So I don't. I've kind of tested things out. I've tested the OBS and like different. It's like messing up. So I'm like, okay, I need a new computer.
OBS. You to run OBS properly, you need a computer with a graphic card. In it.
Yeah, I don't have that.
You can get a nice one for like 400 or 500. Just get a gaming laptop.
Yeah, I just need to do it.
And you get a gaming laptop, will be straight. I don't even know how. I was on a couple.
I had a gaming laptop. I should have kept it.
I don't know. I can't believe I got all this Charlie Kirk on the phone.
But like sometimes then I think, ah, it's not worth covering some stuff. Like I don't know. It just depends. I've been
I
thinking
mean, you
about
never
different
know how you would pop
things.
on. You know, you don't know what you might say or review, but might go viral. Just for your input on it. It couldn't have been too long ago because I just started thinking about it. Like when I heard it, it kind of triggered me then. And it had to be like a couple days, maybe 3 or 4 days ago.
I don't think I saved the one. I I would have wanted you to see the way he's talking to his family. It's like, man, he's a like he's got narcissistic tendencies big time. And the way I don't know if he treats his family like, I think he does in real life all the time. 'Cause sometimes people act up on YouTube or social media. He wants to
No,
portray
no,
himself as he's the man of the house and, you know, he can treat everybody any which way. Which it's his family, so he can, right? It's his prerogative. It just looks foul.
as a man, so
It
you're
looks
supposed to
real
be
bad.
protected. I don't take that dude serious, man. He a character on here, man.
Well,
It's
there's
like,
protection, and then there's like control.
yeah,
It feels controlling in a dismissive kind of not a good way. Like, yeah, you should have control of your family, right, and be the leader, but not like that. But a lot of people have parents like that, though. I'm sure a lot of people have dads like that, and they probably don't like them when they grow up.
right. Like I couldn't.
Atmosphere said, "What you looking for?"
It was this video with Ringo was talking about how a female child is developed when she like 16 or 14 or some shit like that. It was a short. That shit just popped up on my news feed one day. That was after I watched that video where he said, this motherfucker, like, bro, how do you even form that idea? Charlie Kirk did more for black people than Martin Luther King. Like, how the fuck do you even form? Like, where your elders at, bro? Like, why would you even say, like, people say stupid shit just for it.
Wait, Ringo said that?
Yeah. Nah, I got that video. He did a whole lot of that shit.
Wow, what a clown. Yeah, I don't know. Is he doing that for shock value, or does he really believe that?
Man, I think half of the shit he do is for shock value. That's why he get pissed when people criticize him. You know, he get emotional about that shit. Like beyond
Yeah, only he
emotional.
can do it.
Yeah, yeah, like he right. Like he was criticizing Willie D one day, and then his takes be so like his shit be like so far away from the context of what like when he was talking about Willie D. I'm like, bro, you took that totally out of context. Are you running with that narrative? That's why I say I can't take you serious, bro. I don't know. It's just so funny to me how these people come on here and constantly criticize people. And then you criticize some shit they do and they get mad about it. Like, bro, what the fuck? You doing this shit. Like, you criticizing others. Why can't people criticize you? Like, you got an opinion and so do other people.
Right? It's ironic. It's hypocritical.
My wife, that triggered my wife when she see people being hypocritical. She gets fucking triggered. That shit be funny to her.
You know how you were saying, what were you saying? Oh, like you were saying how the one guy was saying stuff about the Charlie situation. He's just like assuming things and like he don't even know what he's talking about. I see that all the time because I'm in like the crime community, and a lot of these
hmm
YouTubers, they do the same thing. It's a normal thing, and it annoys the hell out of me. They
Like,
just
they don't,
assume stuff
yeah, and they have no like working knowledge of certain aspects of
of
like the
anything almost.
crime or the situation. Yeah, like he like, you knocked him off the chair. Look out! I'm like, what the fuck? Your shoes ain't dirty. Like, bro, you don't know. Like, you use the camera. How you don't understand? That's just like that should be like common knowledge. How?
Common sense. Like you just
Yeah,
gotta
like
think it through a little bit more. Like I do that too sometimes, where I
yeah.
didn't think it through, and I might say it out loud. But then when I think it through, like they just blurt out whatever stupid, whatever. They just blurt out stupid stuff,
You want to be right about
and then the chat goes along with it. And then the chat's
it.
like,
That,
I'm
that
like,
should be
bro,
that should be funny. I was watching Stevie Knight and Alba from Alba and Preach. They was having a debate on like Charlie Kirk being racist and stuff. And I wouldn't subscribe to Alba and Preach. But I'm listening to it and I'm listening to Stevie like, nah, bro, you ain't making good points. But I'm looking at the chat They was like, Alba's an idiot. Alba's this. Alba's that. And I'm like, bro, he's making good points. Like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? So I went over to Alba's chat, and they was basically doing the same thing. But I'm like,
They just jump on the
it's
same thing. They're just sheep.
yeah, it's like, but Alba was making good points. So his chat was more accurate, but they still wasn't. But you can see that they was biased, like in both chats. I mean, Stevie chat.
Mhm. Mhm.
Everybody's speaking against Alba. I mean, Alba's chat there. Everybody saying Stevie dumb, and I'm looking like, but Stevie was saying some crazy shit. He
They're
was
just
saying like,
blinded. They're
but when
blinded
people
by
try
their dislike
their
and
biasness, yeah,
yeah.
their biasness, and it's like, I mean, I understand like if I was a white guy, I wouldn't think like this, for instance. I like Malcolm X. I like Huey P. Newton. So a lot of white people might look at them like they're racist, and I wouldn't argue. Okay, yeah, they were racist, but they did good things for people to look like me. So I resonate with them a different way. Like I can say, okay, that was wrong, but his for me and what he did for my people, his rights outweigh his wrong, and that's my biasness. So when people are biased
Mm.
to Charlie Kirk, I can understand it. White people, but when black people be trying to
See, you're
explain,
objective.
yeah. Now when black people be trying to explain to me how Charlie Kirk ain't racist and I'm taking stuff out of context, then I'd be like, you a dumbass, bro. You a dumbass. You're a dumbass, bro. You saying like the shit like you don't understand rhetoric. Like he he's saying black women who achieve things in life don't have the brain capacity. The only reason they were able to be in that position is because of DEI. We talking about like Michelle Obama. What the fuck is you talking about, bro? Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like Michelle Obama ain't got the brain processing. When you say when you say a black pilot, you are worried because you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, bro, do you know what you got to do to even get in the door for them to even apply the DEI status to you as a black pilot? You got to test out, bro. You got to like, come on, man. That's dangerous rhetoric, and that make black people look like they can't achieve nothing without DEI. And then you try. Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't need it, and black people can still nah, bro. It gives you the opportunity because without DEI, a lot of times they won't even look at your fucking resume. Let's be real. It
Well,
was a
that
study in the 90s of how people, business owners, will bypass applications because of the name, and a lot of those names were black names because they look like they got black names or ghetto names. They bypass the application.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like
Or
people,
even other names. It doesn't even have. It could be a name that sounds
yeah,
like they're
it could be a
black, or it
foreign
could be
name.
a foreign name. Yeah.
They bypass
Mhm.
those applications. Like, look, I mean, to add these conversations, let's be honest about both sides. Okay, I can agree that all black people ain't qualified, but well, you have to agree that the ones that are, they earned that shit. Like, why is that so hard? People do work hard. People do build
But I can
themselves up.
kind of,
That's what America is.
but I can kind of understand a little bit. Like I don't know how it is across the board, but I know like for FBI, the Department of Justice, they have like these quotas that they have to hire X amount of women, like X amount, like I guess because of the DEI. Because I know one chick, and I hate to say stuff on here because I don't know. One day somebody can be listening to me and be like, "Oh, you're talking shit." I'm not talking shit, but she was a barista, okay? But because she fit in the DEI, she was a female, and then I think her family was I can't remember, but they were like foreign. She got hired. So they do give people sometimes like they'll hire them because they got to fill a quota. And I
Now let
don't
me
I
ask
don't
you this:
necessarily think that she was all that qualified. I mean, they probably trained her. Obviously, they trained her.
and then that to me
Maybe she
speaks
met the minimum
about.
requirement.
But I will say this too. Now, from that aspect, that will tell me more about the character of the company itself because you're willing to hire someone unqualified to meet a quota. What is that saying about when
Well,
there's
this was
qualified
government
people out there?
For this case I'm
Even
telling
that.
you, it's FBI and Department of Justice, the DOJ,
Well, even like
police
now with
departments,
that.
even some police departments, they have to hire X amount of women.
Now even with that, right? With the police department and like if they had to hire X amount of women, in my opinion, like why would you hire people? Like it don't
You
make
hire the
sense.
best of the best, right? You would hire the
Yeah,
best of the best
yeah.
who apply, right?
Who apply? I mean, I understand like you have to meet a quota, but and then I will argue this too, just by working in the hospital. What I see practiced in the hospital is more nepotism than DEI, and that's more dangerous. I've seen people lose lives because people were hired because they were doctor
Mm,
kids. They got pushed through
not
nursing
because they
school,
were the best
or
qualified.
no, I've seen people get pushed through.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
excuse
happens
me.
all the time too. Nepotism. You're
What
right.
it
They'll
was people
overlook
getting
somebody
pushed
who's
through
more
medical
qualified,
school.
and they'll
Yeah,
hire the
it was
one just
people.
because they're family or yeah.
They was getting. I've seen people get pushed through medical school because of nepotism, and then when they finally get the job, they killing people because of nepotism. Because this is the doctor's son, this is the nurse's son, this is the CEO's son. I've seen that, and then you hear people talk. So I've never heard up until the last what up until Trump got reelected. I've never heard a problem with people being hired because of DEI not qualified. I've never heard that up
You know what
until the
I?
time Trump came back. It's the way they explaining what DEI is. DEI benefits white women more than any group of people. But he
Yeah.
didn't say that
Hmm.
about when I
And it
see a
doesn't
white woman.
necessarily. It doesn't necessarily have to be Black American. It could be any
No,
other ethnicity group as long as they're a minority.
I'll be honest with you. The only group that DEI doesn't help is white men. Any other group, white men, white women get help. Any foreign
Mm,
person get help.
because they're women.
It's,
Yeah.
it's just it's just
Because it's
because the white men are
women.
majority.
Yeah.
Yeah, white men are the majority. It is diversity, equity, and inclusion. Meaning diversity, first, from diverse cultures or backgrounds. Equity is giving them a level playing field, and inclusion. It includes everyone. So even
Okay.
like say if you're a white male from like a bad neighborhood, that includes you.
Right. Okay,
You
but do
know,
you
if
feel
you come,
better with the okay? Let's say police officer, because right, they have to hire X amount of women. Wouldn't you feel more confident in like a male police officer than a female police officer? If somebody had to come
not,
save your life or do something
for me,
like,
no, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's based on personal experience. I got a ton of female police officers in my family. There's more female like state troopers and police officers in my family, I think, than males.
what
Um,
about fire department? Who do you think is going to be able to get you out of fire and carry you
well,
to different like
that's
who's
different.
stronger?
Yeah, that's different. But then it's exceptions to the rules too, because most of the women who it ain't no little skinny, ain't no woman. She's not going to be able to pass the test. It's
Oh,
not,
I've seen
you
several
know,
little women in the fire department.
and they earned their spot. I guarantee you, they can take a hose up a ladder
But you
because you
know
become a
that women get a
liability.
handicap. Women don't have to they don't have to meet the same standards as men in push-ups and all the physical. They don't. They even give them
Well,
that
they don't,
handicap.
and they're not allowed to do certain jobs too that they ain't qualified to do, especially in the fire. Like I got two friends that's fire, work for the fire department. One of them was the chief until he retired, and he went to be an EMT, and then he went back to. But anyway, like with the women, I remember going to like the firehouse, and it was like, yeah, you can do this, and like the military, man. Like women can join the military, they just can't go on the front line. You know what I'm saying? If it's a job that they can do, then they can do
But who are you gonna trust more? The woman that gets her period, the woman that just had a baby and is going back into the military, versus a man. I don't know. I know it's different, like when it comes to like how they're saying. What was it? He was saying pilots, right? Like an aircraft
it.
pilot.
You
It's different. But I
know?
can see like where somebody might question because even and I know this for a fact because I know like in universities, they have sometimes, well, it depends on the university, but they'll have programs, at least where I'm from, where they'll let students from a, what do you call it? Like an underserved community, they'll give X amount of spaces for them to be accepted in the university, and the requirements are lower. Like they give them a handicap. Like you'll automatically get
That's
in if you have a minimum like GPA, but it's like anybody could have that GPA. It's a minimum, and they get an automatic entry because they have X amount of people from the
that's what the
underserved community,
equity
minority
is.
community.
Now
But what
think
I'm
about
saying
this.
is like they're not, their GPA could be low. They're not
But
the top
even
of the best
then,
of the best.
but
And I
once they
think
get
those
in
people
there,
struggle maybe.
but once they get, that's what I'm saying. Once they get in there, they have to. They still have a standard to reach, and if they don't meet the standard, then they get out. I
Some
think
of them
that's fair.
struggle and they get through, they get by just like they, some of them struggle and they just get by, like barely get by. Why?
I mean,
Because
a
they don't
degree,
have the same, they don't have the same like
resources.
tutoring. They don't
Well,
have the same, yeah, where
that's
they
what
went to high school is not the same. It, like, do you know what I'm saying?
I got a
It's not the
friend who.
same.
I got a friend who went to Harvard. Right, he got his doctorate degree from Harvard. Right? But when his first 2 years, he struggled heavily. In the first 2 years, he had to have tutors, and he got into Harvard through the DEI program, and he had to have tutors for the first 2 years because
Hmm.
he kept barely meeting the minimum required.
Because some of
He
them are
ended
already entering behind, like they're already
and
behind
but
when
he the
entering.
different. But this is the thing. He ran with the opportunity. He did everything that he needed to do. He took the
Yeah,
extra tutoring. He
that's
did all that,
amazing.
and then his second year, he graduated with the fifth highest overall GPA of his class. You know, fifth overall highest GPA of his class. He didn't
That's amazing.
just do the
Because there's
extra
some
stuff,
really smart kids that
and that's what it
overcome.
is. Is you're giving, like when you say equal opportunity. What is an equal opportunity without the equity to actually take advantage of that opportunity? And that's all
Yeah,
people make.
I
That's all,
agree with that. I mean, I like
and
the
that's
fact
all.
that they give opportunities
And
because
it,
otherwise they wouldn't have that opportunity.
they wouldn't have it. And you never know what he can do with that opportunity. Maybe he can open up doors for other people. But this is my thing. Like when people saying that's not good, that's not good. That's bullshit, bro, because that's what this country is supposed to be about. Us picking ourselves up from our bootstraps. No matter how you start off, it's how you finish. And us as Americans, it's like it sounds so asinine for us to be shitting on one another. Okay, because this person
Yeah.
might not have started off in the best situation, but we supposed to be a Christian country, helping one another, loving one another. They might not have, they might have not started off good, but they have the potential, they have the will, and they have the drive to do something great. So who are we
Yeah.
to take that opportunity away or not even give that opportunity? Why
Yeah.
not even give it? You know what
I'm
I'm
just
saying?
saying I could see where some people might have some doubt or like some feelings about it. I could see it. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I do it, but I could see objectively why maybe they would think like that or feel like that. But you make good points, like you said. Like, let's say you
And
have
like I
10
said,
students that are minority and came, you know, were given the opportunity. They still have to get through everything. They still have to score. And
mhm,
then let's say some just barely got by. Well, they have to show what their score was, what their, what it was they studied, right? And their GPA and all that. And so what you're saying is like they would hire the best of the best from the
that
group that
I
they
mean
have to
that
choose from.
from the
They're not
people
going
they
to
have to
hire,
choose.
yeah.
No, they're not go. They're not go. I mean,
You would
as
hire
a
you would
company,
try to hire the most qualified person.
that's what they always do. That's because this person is gonna have an effect on your business. And think about this, right? This is why I say like that whole argument is bullshit. Because okay, say if I do hire somebody because they're a certain color and they're not working out, now I'm gonna have to fire them and find somebody else. What sense does that make? You know how much the hiring process people got to go through. You know how much that shit costs. They like when I was working in the hospital, they was like orientation. Cost us $1,200. I'm like, God damn, just to put a motherfucker through orientation. So imagine you putting somebody through orientation, getting them signed up, doing all this stuff, and then they not qualified. But you knew that, and you gave them the job anyway, hoping, and it don't work out. Now they're a liability to your company. You got to get rid of them, and now you got to go through that whole process again, spend all this resource and money on. No, you go hire somebody who you feel got the will and potential to do a good job.
Sometimes those people are the ones that have the strongest will. Kind of like the people that come
Hmm.
out of prison, the ones that really want to make it, like they work even harder
Hmm. My grandmother
because you
told me
gave them a chance. Yeah. And they don't want to lose
when I
that
was
chance.
little, my grandmother told me, she said, "You gonna have to work harder than people your whole life, so just get used to it." And I'm like, "Why am I have to work harder than people?" She said, "Because you're black, and everybody always go
You got to
give you the
prove
short end of
yourself.
the stick. And you got to prove yourself." So that's what I always did and never complained about. Anything I do, I'm like, I'm gonna have to be the best at it, just to prove that I'm worthy of it. Anytime I get an opportunity, I always ran with it. Always did more than most. Always did it. No matter what I did, if it was sports, if it was a job, if it was study, whatever I did, I just knew I had to do more than everybody. My grandma put that in my head when I was little. And a lot of black people, like who I grew up around, that's how we was raised. We already knew that
I've
because
always heard that.
our
Yeah.
ancestors and our elders always did it. That's just how we was raised.
That's why I feel sometimes secondhand embarrassment, which I shouldn't, because I shouldn't. But sometimes when I see people where, you could say, quote unquote, my people, and I feel like they're a reflection on me sometimes, but it's not. But I don't know why sometimes I have felt like that. But it's not because they're just people just like everybody else. Why should they be a reflection on me? I'm a separate human being. But sometimes I feel
I
like,
used to do that
oh,
shit. I used to do that shit, trying to separate myself from the flock. Like how they stereotype black people because you see people fitting the stereotype and you like, hold on, bro. Like you be arguing against it, and then somebody just like, well, and then they show that shit like, man. Like so, I know what you're talking about. I used to do that same thing. Then I realized
like you're
like you
making us
said,
look
I'm me.
bad.
Yeah, and then I just realized like, look, man, I'm me. You. Um, what you eat don't make me shit. My character shouldn't be. My character is judged, predicated of my actions, not the actions of others. Flat and simple. I will be judged as an individual, and I'm not gonna allow it. I'm not gonna allow it to be any other way. Like, don't
Well, it's
group
just
me with
like,
nobody.
yeah. Well, it's just like, okay, I'm a woman. Okay, so then when I see women behaving badly, then I'm like, oh man, I don't claim her. Like you're making us women look bad.
Yeah,
See, this is why they think all women are like this. Like it's kind of like that, even though I shouldn't. But sometimes, yeah, I'm like,
I totally understand that. I mean, I totally understand men and women. Like when they be like, "Oh,
yeah,
men are dogs," I be like, "Man ain't dogs, man." Sweet, and then you say, "Man being a dog," like, "Oh, damn, bro." Like, shit, I'm trying to speak up for us, but you ain't helping.
exactly.
Like even on this app, man, there's been a couple times where I'm talking to somebody and they ask me about a stereotype and I'm explaining it like, hold on, man, I'm trying to explain it, and then somebody come and show that shit. I'd be like, damn, bro. Like,
Yeah, I think it's the
like,
same
well,
like even in professions, like police officers, right? Maybe you have a good police officer that they're like, oh, these bad police officers are making us look bad.
but you know what? I learned how to combat that. And I'd be like, oh, that's just a human aspect. All humans do something like that. That's not a race thing. That's not a sex thing. It's a human thing.
But there's stereotypes and everything. In professions,
Mm-hmm.
same like even in professions there's stereotypes.
Hmm.
Like plumbers and their plumbers crack. Or like, I don't know. There's stereotypes even in professions.
Yeah.
Or like scam, are you gonna get scammed? They're all scammers. Or like what like car salesmen, right? They say, "Oh, you're a used car salesman. You're a car salesman." Like that.
Oh shit, my wife's gonna kick my
Good
ass.
night, Nine.
I'm getting
I'm
ready to
dropping off
go.
because yeah. Bye.
See you
Good
get
night,
off here,
everyone.
man. Good night, everybody, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These conversations you create nations. But if we say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that share button. Tell my computer went to sleep. Tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But until next time, we out. That's all I got, people. That's all I got. Hold on, my computer went to sleep.
And do it for the 9.
What up, Nine?